Hey everyone, so we are back for another reading. This reading is going to be, what do they want you to know? So it's kind of like, I feel like sometimes in relationships there's so many things that go unsaid. There's so many big things that a person just never feels comfortable saying to the other person, and hidden feelings they might have or what have you. And so we're going to find out what they really want you to know. I felt really called to do this reading, so I'm sure we're going to get some very interesting responses. So with that being said, today we have donuts for our selection, and we are going to start from number 1, then number 2, 3, and 4. So I will show you guys up close as well. This one is number 1. It's a red, maybe like cherry flavored donut. It's got the sprinkles. It's got a lot of detail on the underside. So yeah, number 2, this one is blue, maybe like blue raspberry. It's got all the sprinkles and again, the little browning on the underside. And number 3, this one's orange, so probably orange flavored. It's got the same kind of sprinkles, detailing and everything, and the little brown spots. And finally, number 4, the brown one. Of course, this has to be chocolate, which is always my go-to, because if I'm eating a donut, I'm going to go big or go home, and I'm going to go with chocolate. But pick whichever one is drawing you in. If you have like something that means a lot to you, like you love cherries or something, you could go with, that one. But I generally say that you should go with the one that your energy is drawn to. So it's the same, you would pick a card, not necessarily what you would order in the store, but the one that you feel drawn to energetically. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so if you guys picked this red donut, this is going to be your reading. So you can see it up close, all the details. And I do apologize if I have a bit of a frog in my throat for this reading. I swallowed some water down the wrong way yesterday. Always getting injured. I don't know why, but hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, so we got the Queen of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, King of Cups reversed, 9 of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and the World. So right away, your person just wants you to know how much they do care about you. They are deeply upset that you guys are in separation. We have a bunch of cards relating to emotional dysregulation and emotional pain. Like this person feels like you going away has completely thrown them off base. For some of you guys, this energy may have been going on for a long time. You may have been in separation from them for a really long time, but it's almost like they're saying it never got better. They thought it was going to get better. They thought things were going to be okay, but it's like they still can't stop thinking of you. I'm seeing that they have sleepless nights. They're up all night with thoughts of you, consumed by you. And I really think this is something that they had initially thought was going to pass. Like, oh, it's just a breakup, or it's just whatever. It's just a crush that didn't work out, or whatever this situation was. And they thought, this is how I'll feel temporarily, and then this will pass. But it's not passing. And I think that realization is dawning on them. I feel like they want you guys to know this, because some of you guys think that this person is like perfectly fine without you or doing really well, and they may have even tried to project that image for a little while of like, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm not thinking of you, I don't care. And they may have tried to put that out there on social media or something, or given the appearance to other people that everything was fine, that there was nothing going on with them mentally. And now it's like they can't deny it to themselves anymore. Now they are aware that these feelings are not going to pass. They're not going to go away. And I feel like this person is feeling a bit hopeless. That's what the 9 of Swords reversed can talk about. It's definitely one of the most negative cards in the tarot, and definitely talks about just being in despair, no hope left. Like, I feel like this person, I'm almost feeling like they feel out of options. Like, for a lot of you guys, a lot of time may have passed between you and being with this person. And I feel like they may be in a situation now where they almost feel stuck, or they don't see a way back to you, and it's really driving them crazy. They find you very attractive, very sexually attractive. The Queen of Wands is definitely, kind of a sex goddess. So they find you to be extremely alluring, and it's almost like they want to step towards you, but they can't. For some of you guys, I feel like I'm getting that some of you guys moved away, or you may have been traveling. You may have been posting, photos of yourself traveling or on Instagram, or you've moved a lot or something. But I feel like this person, it's almost like to them you are elusive. They can't get a hold of you, and I feel like it's driving them crazy. For some of them, they were trying to talk to you on the astral plane, but you guys have put in some boundaries up there. You guys have said like, no, you can't just think of me late at night, and I'm not going to reciprocate the energy. I'm putting up blocks and barriers to you. And it's like this person used to be able to access your energy in that way, and that would give them like a fix. It's almost like a drug addict. It's almost like they are addicted to you, and that would give them what they needed to sustain. Like, it obviously wasn't as good as the real thing, but they could get through the day. And I feel like for some of you guys, you have put through boundaries of like, no, I am not going to commune with you on the astral plane. I am not going to do that, and that's it. And this person is very upset about that. So now they're really having to confront their actual life and the life they created. I feel like some of them tried very hard to present an image of themselves as having moved on. Some of them may have even gotten with other partners, gotten married, started a family, something like that. I feel like this person was doing the most to try to project this image of like, I moved on, I don't care anymore, I'm over it, and yeah, I'm good. It's like they were very concerned with other people's opinions. I almost feel like for some of them, they had friends and family who were asking about them and asking about you. Or if they didn't know you, your name, or anything like that, they were asking like, what's been going on with you lately? You seem really upset. You seem really off. This was something that people noticed about them, that they weren't doing well. And it really made them feel really upset and like insecure about themselves. It's like, I feel that weighed heavily on them, the fact that so many people were asking them. No one wants to be asked like, hey, you look really tired, or you look sick, but I feel like that was happening a lot with this person because of their connection to you and how heartbroken they were. They were constantly being approached by people and like, hey, did you lose weight? Or like, you don't look so good, or did you, like, what's going on with you? You look unhealthy. I feel like a lot of them were just drained by whatever happened with you or being in separation with you. And so people were approaching them asking like, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you been going out and about? You've been like stuck in your room all the time, or you've been, you haven't wanted to go out, or you're just like such a downer, or something like that. And it's almost like they became obsessed with proving to people that they had moved on, that they were okay, that they were fine, that they were good. And some of them may have even tried to like win the breakup with you, and the people that knew you guys were together may have been aware that like they were heartbroken, and it irritated them like that everyone knew how upset they were. And so I feel like it's almost like they tried so hard to project this image that they had moved on, and that they were good, and that everything was fine with them. And they almost believed it themselves for a little while. They were so in denial about like, I'm going to do this and it's going to be fine. Once I get married, I'll be fine. Once I, have a kid, I'll be fine. Once I have a new girlfriend or boyfriend, I'll be fine. And so they believed that lie themselves because it was easier than actually putting themselves out there and approaching you with vulnerability. So they ended up believing their own BS and going ahead with that. And I feel like for a lot of them now, they're in deep regret and they're very much stuck. Like I just feel like they're very stuck. And it's like, yeah, they want you to know how much of a loss this has been to them. They want you to know that they're sad and depressed. It's almost like for a long time, they were trying so hard to look like they had totally moved on and that, they really didn't care. And now it's like they've just given up on that and they want the opposite. They want you to know how how upset they are and that they're actually super depressed, I would say. Their emotions are running roughshod over them. We got the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups both reversed. So it's like those are cards that can really talk about emotional dysregulation. When they're upright, they can talk about someone who is very emotionally regulated, having positive emotion with the Ace of Cups, very in control of their emotions with the King of Cups. So when they're reversed, that says that like this is their emotions have gotten the better of them and they're completely out of control. And it's interesting because I usually read this deck totally upright, but I felt a message before I started pulling to read reversals as well, which I never do with this deck. And sure enough, when these came out, I was like, oh, that makes sense, because it's definitely the vibe I'm getting. It definitely matches the energy I'm already picking up on. But yeah, I feel like it's almost like I'm hearing the best laid plans go awry or something. I don't know what the rest of that phrase is, but something about the best laid plans. It's almost like they had this plan of like how things were going to go, and they were going to, be on top of the world, and you were going to regret your choice, or you were going to be missing them. But the opposite happened, and now they're the ones who are like super depressed, and they see you as doing really well. They see you as being extremely attractive. Like if it's been a while since you guys were in touch with this person, they see you as being super sexy still, like you guys have not aged a day, or you guys may have aged, but you look so good, and it's like you look better now, or you look sexier now, or maybe you guys have come into your sexuality more or something. But it's like you guys are just they're looking at your social media, and it's like enraging, or just not enraging, but it's like they just want to tear their hair out. Like they don't know how they got themselves into this position. So we got details, slow and steady, and balancing act. So there's a heavy emphasis in this reading of time, and almost like them asking for more time from you, or like telling you that I feel like it's almost like, I don't know how to describe this because I'm not an irrational person, so I don't understand when someone does super irrational stuff. I'm just too Capricorn-y to like do something like this, but I'm gonna try to explain it. I feel like they, their plan all along was to get with you, but they tried to do it by getting with someone else. And it's almost like they didn't think it through. You know what I mean? They were acting kind of like a child, like childishly. Like they were thinking that, it's like how a child like throws all their toys out, and they don't think it through that like, okay, now you're going to be in timeout. Now, it's like I feel like there was a part of them deep down subconsciously, I'm sure consciously, they told themselves like, I don't care. I'm dating someone else. I'm happy. But subconsciously, they were always hoping that you would like reach out to them. And the interesting and funny thing is, like, I'm getting this image that if you had reached out to them, they probably would have rejected you, or not. They would have been, because they were it's almost like they were very vengeful for a while. They were very upset, and they wanted to make you miss them. They wanted to make you upset. But it's not that they were trying to like hurt you, but they were, but like this, it's so irrational. It's hard for me to explain, but they were trying to hurt you, but because of, I hate to say it, but like because of how much they cared, it's like they wanted to make you, they had this idea of you that you guys were doing amazing, that you guys were doing great, and they wanted to make you suffer the way they suffer. I know that's really messed up. So I don't know, but yeah, they wanted to make you upset the way they were upset, and they felt like you were doing perfectly fine, and they didn't see the kind of emotion from you that they wanted. I almost feel like I'm almost getting the image of like a fishing bait, like, a worm on a fish hook or something. Like it's like almost like they were trying to bait you into reaching out to them or something. Like I feel that I see they're so irrational, to be honest. It's hard to even like work out their intentions. It's like, what's going on here? This is like a mess. But I think that their intentions were first of all, very unaware of their own intentions. Like it's hard for me to even decipher. But I think that their intentions were that they wanted to make you upset. They wanted to make you come back. It's almost like, you know what it is? it's like they wanted you to come back, but they wanted you to be crying. They wanted you to be sad. I keep getting the image of that stupid Florida Georgia Line song. No offense to them. I actually like their music. But there's this one song that I've talked about it before, and it's called Wish You Were On It. It played the other day on my shuffle, and I was like, oh, that's the song I'm always referencing. But yeah, so it's Wish You Were On It, and the whole song is like, maybe I'm going to pull up the lyrics. I can Google them. But it's all about talking about how they want their girlfriend to come back like with tears in her eyes and to be like so upset and to be kind of begging for them back. Okay, I found the lyrics, so I Googled it, and it says, I could use a little you right now, rushing over, running into my house. Want you with tears, want you back, tears rolling down your face. Drop your keys on the hardwood floor. Kiss me like you never kissed me before. And girl, I swear that's all that it would take. And you know the way I wish you were on it. So basically saying, I wish you were on the road driving back to me. So I guess the premise is like they got in a fight or an argument, and he wishes she was like driving down the road crying, trying to come back to him. And I'm just like, who actually would write this in a song? Like, to me, it's kind of embarrassing because I'm like, this is like not something you should be telling people. Of course, obviously, we all want, like, you know, when someone hurts our feelings, we want them to kind of, but like, it's like, maybe don't write a song about it, but that's how I feel. But I do like their music. I just think it's kind of, but that's the vibe I'm getting here. Like, it's like they wanted you to come back, but they wanted you to be upset. They wanted you to be hurt. They wanted you to be desperate to have them back. And these guys, they're both married. I have my theory as a psychic as to which person wrote that, but anyway, like, I feel like my point is they probably wrote that song about their wives. So it's not to say that like someone writing that song, I know it seems crazy, like you want me to cry, but it's like, I feel like sometimes when you do care about someone, but you don't feel like they care as much, it can make you do totally crazy, irrational stuff. Personally, I think it is low vibrational to want your partner to be crying, period. But, you know, not everyone is super mature. And I just feel like they were in an immature energy of like, they wanted you back, but they wanted you to be the one to come back. They wanted you to be sad. They wanted you to be upset. I'm also getting vibes from like One Right Now with The Weeknd and Post Malone of like, how it's like body for body, so petty kind of a thing. Like, it's almost like, you know, that part of the song when he's basically, I can't even like quote that song because there's so many like bad words in it, but you know how they're talking about basically getting revenge on their partner, and they want their partner to see them dating other people. They want their partner, that's one way of putting it, to see them having slept with other people and stuff. And it's, the whole thing is like, I'm gonna get revenge on you. And obviously this is extremely low vibrational. But I also feel like, you know, in the song, it's basically about this woman that he seems to like care about, possibly even love. It's probably a dysfunctional form of love, but you know, I think sometimes when you have these deep feelings about someone, it can manifest in like vengefulness or whatever. And I feel like your person, they were very vengeful at the time. They did have the intention to have you back, but it's almost like they wanted revenge, you know? And so I think they made a lot of bad life choices because of that. But I think that in the back of their mind, it was all about wanting to have you come, but almost like wanting to have you humbled when you came, wanting to have you desperate. And instead, the opposite happened, and now they're desperate and you're doing good, which is funny. That's kind of how karma works. When someone has bad intentions towards you, you know, spirit has a way of taking care of that. But yeah, I feel like this person with balancing act reverse, it's almost like many of them are in new relationships or in a family or something, or they're with someone else and they're trying to balance it. They're trying to manage it, and it's not really working. And their connection to you just seems to override that. You know, it just seems like they're trying to be focused on their family, but at the same time, they really can't get you out of their head. They can't get you out of their mind. And what they thought they could handle, like, oh, well, I have these feelings, but whatever, I'll just balance them. It's like they can't. So, okay, we also got the sacred woman, spiritual maturity, and commitment. So it's almost like even though they're with someone else, they're still committed to you. They still have this deep soul connection with you. They still can't break this tie that they have to you. It's so deep. It's like soul deep. And I feel like they ran, that's why they ran from it for so long and were doing the most and were kind of acting crazy. I also think a big part of this pain, to be honest, and the vengefulness and all the crazy behavior is truly because from the jump, I think they were in this Ace of Cups, King of Cups reversed energy of like being very emotionally dysregulated by you leaving or by not being in union with you. From the very beginning, this was making them depressed, making them deeply upset, and they really didn't know how to handle it maturely. They didn't know how to like sit down with a therapist and talk about their feelings. So instead they went into like revenge mode. They were, maybe it was easier for them to feel anger than to feel all the pain that was coming up. So instead they went into angry mode. And I feel like a big part of this journey for them has been becoming more mature and getting some spiritual maturity, and finally, getting to a place where they can be honest with themselves, because for the longest time, I think they were dishonest with themselves. And if you have been looking at this situation and watching it and seeing like wedding photos or seeing engagement pics or seeing photos of them on social media with their new girlfriend or boyfriend, and you've been thinking like, what the heck is going on with this person, or wondering what was happening, it's like, this was a big part of their journey. This was a big part of, they were presenting this image for a long time, and they were even lying to themselves, and now they're finally being honest. They were trying to run from their feelings towards you. They were trying to distract themselves and everyone else. And almost like, I feel like some of their friends probably bring you up or ask about you or say like, were you ever really over Lisa? Or did you ever really get over David? I mean, you were pretty upset when you guys broke up. And it's almost like they would be like, no, I'm totally fine. No, I'm good. But their friends or people around them, I feel like know deep down, a lot of the intuitives at least, that, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. I feel like we can see that with celebrity couples where they'll be like, a couple that tries to act really happy together, and everyone's like, you're still obsessed with your ex. And like, everyone can tell. You don't even have to be a psychic. Everyone comments the same thing, everyone thinks the same thing, because it's really obvious when someone is really in love with someone and then they're just not. It's very obvious. The contrast is so stark. If someone's never been deeply in love with someone, then they can go into like a marriage and people are like, okay, well, I mean, whatever. Even if their feelings aren't there, people are like, well, maybe that's just how they are in love. But when you've seen someone so deeply in love and just emanating this energy of love, and then they shift into like a fake relationship, it's very clear. Those emotions become very clear. So yeah, I feel like in their mind, you are like, for my feminines, you guys are the sacred woman. And if you are the masculine, I definitely feel like this could apply to you too. You'd be the sacred man, the sacred masculine. But it's like, you have this incredibly special place in their heart. To me, when this comes out in readings, I always just can feel this sense of deep like reverence. And that's what I said, I think at the beginning, but it's like, they have this reverence for you. It's like they look up to you. They see you as so perfect, with the world as well. Like, I just feel like it's like you are this absolute perfect beauty in their mind. You know what I mean? I can't say enough. Like they have just this deep like adoration for you. And so I feel like it's almost like the more distance between you guys, it's like you've become so untouchable, and so like they always felt that way about you. It's not that their feelings are fake or have been created just through distance, but it's like those feelings for you, in a way, they've only grown with time. The place in their heart that you have has only grown over time. They thought it was going to lessen. They thought that like they were going to just get over you and it was just going to be a regular breakup, and they'll just eat a couple tubs of Ben and Jerry's and like cry to themselves, or go out and get drunk with their friends and whatever. But instead, the opposite happened, and you just occupy more and more of their heart. And the more time that passes, I think, the more they realize that they're never going to really feel that way with their current partner. So we also got the Union of Hearts. And I also want to talk, by the way, sorry, ADHD, but details. I also want to talk about that because I kind of skipped over that. But I feel like with that card, it's like, again, they're acknowledging that their situation is really complicated for a lot of them. For a lot of these people, they are in a marriage or they are in some union, like a girlfriend boyfriend relationship or something, but there are situations, maybe they're living together, or it's like there's complicated reasons why they're not with you. You know, there's complicated reasons why you guys are in separation, and they can't just snap their fingers and just get out of it. I mean, I guess they could, but like I said, it's complicated. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of detailed stuff, like boring stuff, like paperwork and, just those boring details that are keeping them locked into that place. But let's get into these other cards as well. We got the Union of Hearts. This is the first one that came out, by the way, and I just love the message. A love connection that defies explanation. We got love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. And practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. But I first want to talk about this card, because Union of Hearts, the love connection that defies explanation, is so perfect for you guys, because again, I feel like this person, it's almost like they can't understand it. I feel like this person is not as into like metaphysical topics as you are. I feel like they don't watch tarot readings and they don't, practice as many spiritual practices as you guys do. And it's almost like they're not able to understand what you guys have. They just know they obsessively think about you. But maybe they even think that they're crazy. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this, again, there was so much of this energy of this person hiding their feelings from their friends, from their family, from the people around them. I feel like people tried to broach this topic with them and would try to say like, hey, are you sure you're over Ben, or are you sure you're over Angela, or whatever? And they would be like, oh, of course, are you kidding? Pff, I don't even care. Like they put on this act for so long. It's almost like people around them could tell. And I feel like this was a source of shame for them, where they felt like there was something wrong with them. For some of you guys, I feel like this relationship was never fully consummated, in the sense of like, well, it may not have been like consummated in the biblical sense, as in no sex or anything, but it may have also never been consummated in the sense of like, never had that conversation about we're girlfriend and boyfriend, never even had that conversation about like, I want to ask you out, never had that sit down talk about like, these are my feelings, these are yours. So it's like they never got like the solid foundation down. And it's almost like, I feel like for some of you guys, not everyone, because take what resonates and leave the rest, and for some of you guys, you may have been in union with this person like officially, but I feel that for some of them, it's almost like they don't know what to call you. They don't know whether to call you an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend or an ex, like love of their life, soulmate, because it's like those terms were never established. And so for them, there's a lot of confusion about like, how do I even present this? People are gonna think I'm crazy. People are gonna think I'm obsessed. I feel like at the time, some of them, they never got a full grasp on your feelings. Again, they're convinced that you guys are just doing great, like you guys never really cared about them, never really lost sleep over them, that you just are living your best life, having fun, traveling for a lot of you guys, or moving somewhere new, living this exciting life. I feel like you guys, to be honest, kudos, you did a really good job of kind of acting very dignified on social media, whereas they kind of went crazy and did totally dysfunctional behavior and like went off the rails and like got in new relationships just to prove something or whatever this was. You guys did the opposite. You guys were very dignified. You kind of were silent, just kept it trucking, kept it moving, kept a good image up, kept posting like nice photos. You didn't try to prove that like I moved on by like marrying someone else or whatever. You just kept a lot of dignity to you. And so I feel like this person never, it's almost like that's what they wanted so badly from you. They wanted to see you like crack and like, go nuts and like be like, I miss my ex or something, and you just never gave them that, and so they never fully understood how you felt. And there's this big thing in their head where they literally think they're crazy, or they literally think your connection is just only from their side. And I do think, to be honest, I think you have stopped engaging for a lot of you guys on your end. I think a lot of you guys are done with this. You don't want to have the back and forth anymore. But that's because you guys matured over this situation a long time ago. You guys were way more mature about this from the jump. I'm not saying that, like, I feel like your feelings were just as deep, and this was probably a soulmate connection. But it's like you guys were not wanting to act a clown on social media. You guys started processing your feelings a lot earlier. You started mourning the loss a lot earlier, whereas this person was in an energy of like, screw you, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna show you, and so they never moved into that place of like mourning the loss of the relationship. And just like any death or any mourning period, it takes time to move from like the stages of grief. And I feel like you guys got way a head start than they did. You guys are way ahead of them on the timeline. And so they're kind of in those early stages of grief. They finally stopped acting like a clown and running around trying to distract themselves, and finally admitted to themselves how upset they are. But now it's like they think that you're doing great, but they don't realize that you guys went through the same pain, but you did it a lot earlier, and you did it in quiet. And I feel like you didn't go through the period of acting clown-like, or if you did, it was shorter. And so they never saw that emotion they wanted from you. And there's very much like an energy of kind of like they never cared. And I feel like this isn't something they would tell others, because I don't think they talk about your connection to anyone. But I feel like people know about you. I feel like maybe their current partner, if they have a current partner, does know about you. They do think of, like, they know. They might not know your name or know exactly who you are, but they know there was someone. They might have never even mentioned you. They may not have ever told a story about you, because again, there's this energy of them hiding their feelings a lot. So they might not have ever been like, hey, I have this ex. They might have pretended everything was cool, but like people can tell. Like I said, people can read energy. People can see the look in someone's eye when they're watching a sad movie and suddenly they burst into tears, watching like a romantic movie like The Notebook or something, and they burst into tears and have to leave the room. Like, you don't have to put two and two together to be like, okay, something, you have an ex or something. So it's like their partner is aware of you, but I don't know the extent. I feel like since it's a general reading, it's going to vary. Some of you guys, they do 100% know your name. They probably know your social media. They probably check it. They probably might have even heard about you from others. For others of you, they don't know your name. They don't know your face. They don't know anything like that. But they know of your energy. They know that your person had someone very important to them in the past, and they might even notice that like your person refuses to talk about you. Like maybe they would go like, well, let's talk about our first love or our first relationship. When was the first time you ever fell in love or something? Or what's your past relationship? And your person just shuts down. They just go totally silent, and they're like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, they just know something's up. So even if your person doesn't mention your name, their person knows about you, if that makes sense. But I feel like your person is hiding a lot of it. Doesn't want people to know because they're embarrassed, because they feel they're the only ones that feel these feelings, to be honest. I feel like also with ask for help and practice compassion, it's almost like your person is asking for you to like be compassionate or understand their feelings. I think it's not that you guys are not compassionate, but I think you guys became done with this clownery a long time ago, and you're just kind of like over it to a certain extent. You're just kind of like, I can't do anymore. I can't give anymore. I'm just past it, I also feel like with slow down, again, this call for time, it's almost like they want you to slow down. They want you to know that their intention was always to have you back, and they want you to wait for them. But I'm not sure you guys should, because I feel like this person, to be honest, they are immature, and I think that they need to work through a lot of that immaturity and be willing to take a good long look at themselves. I'm not saying like they're a total piece of garbage or anything like that, but you know, you can't really have a mature, elevated love unless someone is willing to fully step into that energy and be mature themselves. And I just don't know. I think it's a general reading. I'm not getting a definitive yes or no on that. So, you know, use your discretion. If this person does approach you, it's up to you guys. For some of you guys, it may be a really healing thing for you guys to get back together with this person and be reunited with them, because it is soulmate energy. But for others of you, you might have a different soulmate that comes in, you know, a new one. We do get more than one soulmate sometimes, not everyone, but some people have more than one soulmate. You know, you can have, yeah. So I think that, I don't know, but I think that this person, it's like they would like you to wait for them. Whether you should do that or not, I don't know. And also I feel like with ask for help, there's a little bit of like, for some of you guys have been going through a hard time, and this person kind of knows that, and they want to like send you love, or they want you to know that they do care about you. Like they may have felt your pain on the astral plane, because I feel like for some of you guys, you have been going through a difficult period. And I feel like this person, honestly, one thing I'll say for them is that they give you a lot of love and support on the astral plane. They give you a lot of their energy. They give you a lot of like supportive joy and sweetness and support on the astral plane. Like when you guys feel very alone, this person's energy is still surrounding you, is still very much with you. I do think like they have a lot of sexual desire for you, so sometimes they may, you know, direct sexual energy towards you, but I think overall their feelings for you, it is grounded in love. It is based in love, and they do send that to you when they sense you're upset or sad or feeling really lonely. I'm getting for some of you guys, you have been going through a really hard period lately where it's been really painful, and so they want you to know that they're with you, and if you were to reach out to them or something, they would totally support you. I feel like this vengeful energy that they were in for a long time, it's so long gone now. It's so in the past, it's so over and done, and now they just have a lot more maturity and compassion towards you. So final cards we got: courage, confidence reversed, talent reversed, family reversed. A lot of reversals. So yeah, I feel like this person, it's almost like they're trying to work up the courage to reach out to you. They want you to know that it would take a lot of their courage. They're trying, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but that's what they're working towards. I don't know. The thing is, this person, I feel like they have low self-esteem or something. Like their confidence is reversed, talent. Like it's like they just don't think that they're that great, and they don't know why you would want to be with them. For some of them, they look at your photos and they can kind of feel that you do care about them on some level, even though, again, their emotions are very confused and very constantly changing, I think. But they do know you care about them on some level, and they can't understand it. Like they look at your photos and they're like, how on earth would someone that looks like that be caring about me? Like what? They're just, you know, totally confused and baffled by it. And I feel like for those of the people in this who started a family with someone, who were married or had kids with someone else, it's like they're feeling very stuck because of that. I feel like in a way, like if they do have a family, that family for them is very much something that they, I don't want to say feel encumbered by, but I think in a way, I know this is messed up, but when they see their partner like holding their child or something, they might compare their partner to you, or think about how you would have been within that marriage, how you would have looked holding their child, how your child would have looked together, how what good of a parent you guys would have been, because I feel like you guys are very compassionate, sweet, loving, fun, and kind of like young at heart. And I feel like they think about how you would have been a great parent. I'm hearing a great mom, but it could be for your masculines as well. So a great dad. So I feel like you guys present as, maybe some of you guys are Cancers if you're a woman, or Leo if you're a man. But you know, Cancers are really that, even if you're a man, if you're a Cancer, Cancers are really that kind of mothering So you guys might have a strong moon or a Cancer moon or something like that, moon in the 4th house. But you guys give off a vibe of being very nurturing and just being great parents. So I think that for them, there is this comparison of like, now they may feel very stuck because they do have a child or something, and they realize now that they finally got themselves really stuck. I'm literally, this is so like gory, but I'm seeing the image of, there was this, it's sad to talk about, I'm not good because I hate talking about anything negative, but there was this guy who got stuck in this cave and he actually died, but he was, I guess, going into this cave. It's called spelunking, and you go through really tight corners in caves, and he was going along and in the cave, and he kind of was like, this seems weird, like it's getting tighter and tighter, but he thought it was a different part of the cave that would open up. Turns out it was not, and he ended up being stuck at like a 90-degree angle, hanging upside down for, I think it was 36 hours, and they tried to rescue him, but he was too stuck, and like he died because like the fluid like going downwards into his, you know, because you're not supposed to be upside down like that for that long and all this. But anyway, my point is, I feel like that's almost like it's so sad, and I don't mean to make light of that at all, but that's kind of the image I'm getting, is like your person feels so stuck. They feel so stuck within this family that they've created themselves. For some of them, if they haven't created a family, I feel like they feel very stuck within their relationship. There's something in there that's like tying them to that, like they can't just cut and run. They can't just leave. They can't just be like, I'm out, bye. You know, they're very much in it, and they're very much, I just stuck is what comes to mind. So I think that, yeah, they're definitely regretting their choices, and they want you to know that. So is there anything else, Spirit, you want me to say for pile 1? Just that they love you and that they consider you the love of their life, and I feel like they're finally admitting that, and they'll always feel that way. You'll always be like first in their heart, even though they're with someone else. They feel so connected to you, and you'll always be that number one love they have, to be honest, even more so than the person they're with. So I think that's it. I really hope that helped you guys. If you want to see more of my readings, you can check out my Patreon. I just posted a reading about your past love life in a past life, so check that out if you guys want to see that. I'm posting a lot of readings coming up, so check it out if you guys want to see more of my readings over there. And also make sure to comment in the comments. I want to hear like about this pile and see what you guys have going on, because this is really intense. And also make sure to like, turn on notifications, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Take care. Bye. Hey pile 2, so if you guys picked this blue donut, this is going to be your reading. So it's really blue. I think it's probably like blue raspberry or something, but it looks really good. Let's get into your reading, guys. You got the Star, the 5 of Cups, the Empress, 10 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Tower. So I feel like for so many of you guys, your person is just acknowledging how beautiful and special they find you. We got the Star and the Empress, and to me that talks about how they view you. They view you as this bright shining star. I don't know if some of you guys have like a really popping off social media, or just that you guys might be that type of person that commands attention in a room, but I feel like what your person really wants you to know is how incredibly special you guys are. I feel like their message is that sometimes you guys don't see it or forget it about yourselves, and they want you to know that you guys just radiate this beautiful light to the world, and that's how they see you. They see you through this lens of like everything you do is beautiful and special, but they almost are saying that sometimes you guys doubt yourselves or don't see that in you. You don't see your power. You're not aware of this beautiful power that you guys are emanating. I feel like sometimes you guys are a little self-critical of yourselves, like you guys, you know, have high standards for yourselves, or it's almost like you guys will put yourselves down, say negative stuff. I'm hearing sometimes you say negative stuff about your body or about your looks or appearance. And some of you guys as well might say negative stuff about almost like your morality, or say, you know, like, or think that you're selfish, or think that like, I'm not that smart, or something like that. And it's like, I feel like your person just wants you to see yourself the way they see you, as this incredibly beautiful shining beacon to the world, and they are so enraptured with you. I can't think of a more powerful combination than the Star and the Empress. Maybe if you added the High Priestess in there, but I mean, these are such powerful cards. And so I feel like, you know, they want you to see yourselves as this incredible, incredible person the way they see you. In their eyes, you guys are like as good as it gets. I feel like you guys couldn't do anything that they would be like turned off or annoyed by. Like, I feel like they view you through this lens of love. It's almost like they're your greatest fan, you know what I mean? And everything you do is just so enrapturing to them. Like, they just are so enthralled by everything you guys do. I feel like this person is saying that you guys some of you guys may have been almost like put down by your family, or made to feel bad about who you are as a person. I feel like, again, I keep going back to like morality. Like, some of you guys may have had parents that called you selfish, or you had someone in your life that made you feel like you were like selfish or self-centered or spoiled or something like that. And it's almost something you guys have brought into your heart of like, I'm spoiled, or I'm not a nice person, or I'm bad in some way. And I feel like your person wants you to see yourself through the lens of love, the lens they see you through, which is as this perfect creature that could not be any better. And they see you as very kind and compassionate, and actually having a very warm heart. They feel like sometimes also people may have made you feel bad, I'm getting, about you guys being attractive. Like, they might have made comments to you about like, oh, well, of course someone bought you a free drink, or of course, you know, that person was nice to you because it's all because of your looks, or something like that. But I feel like your person wants you to understand that that is a huge gift, and that energy is coming from you. It's not just, it's funny because in astrology, I go like over people's charts and stuff, and you know, you can see two people who are both very attractive, but one becomes a sex symbol and the other doesn't, even if they get all the magazine covers or whatever. They just don't exude that energy. And another person might be in like an actor or someone, because, you know, especially when you learn astrology, it's good practice to check over people's charts, just to, like, celebrities and stuff, just to learn how to read the energy and how it manifests, and for your friends as well. But there may be a, you know, actor who's in like a role where they are covered in dirt and they are like not a sex symbol vibe, and yet they come out of that movie as a total sex symbol. And it's because it's almost always they have, there are certain placements and stuff. I don't want to go over all of them because it would be a list, but they're so predictable. And I'm really good now at being like, Mars aspecting the ascendant, and it's like so accurate. But my point is that sometimes we try to put someone down of like, well, they're just pretty. They only got what they wanted because they're pretty. But the thing is that when you learn to read energy, you realize that a lot of people have a sexual energy exuding from them that has to do with their astrology. That's an innate part of their soul. And it doesn't even have to do with their looks, you know? And their looks might be a cherry on top of the sundae, but they're already exuding this energy. That is what makes them into a sex symbol or makes people drawn to them. And I don't know, but I'm getting this vibe that some of you guys were made to question yourselves or the things you've achieved, and made to feel like you guys didn't really deserve it, or like you guys have had things handed to you or something like that. Like you guys aren't really that special, or you're not all that, or something like that. I feel like you've had people in your life that have spoken really negative words over you. And I feel like your person just wants you to see this incredible power you guys have. I'm hearing that so many people are drawn to you like a moth to a flame. Like I feel like you guys have people who stare at you or check you out when you're out in public, or just, you know, you might have just random people coming up to talk to you and like tell you their problems, and you just met them and they're suddenly telling you about like they're falling out with their sister and that they had to miss Thanksgiving because of it, and you're like, what? I don't know you that well. I just met you like 2 minutes ago. But I'm hearing, according to your person, it's because you guys are these incredible, like sweet, loving, they're saying you would make a good partner as well, or like parent, like mom or dad, wife, husband. Like you would make a great part of a family because you guys are very nurturing. And that's what's so amazing about people trying to make you feel like you should feel guilty for some of the things you've had, or you should feel guilty for who you are, because I'm hearing that you guys are deeply compassionate, sweet, loving people, and that you've had people try to take that away from you. A lot of these people may have been jealous of you, but I feel like your person wants you to take that lens off and view yourselves through the lens of love. I keep hearing that, but it's like, I feel like there's something to be said when someone really deeply loves you, it can change your image of yourself. And I feel like your person just really wants you to see you through that same lens that they see you through. They don't want you to be holding yourselves to these judgmental standards of what other people may have said to you out of jealousy or malevolent intentions. They want you guys to feel happy within yourselves and to know how special you guys are, because I feel like sometimes you guys forget it, and some of you guys may even be prone to like depression or anxiety or being super self-critical, and that's just something your person is not okay with. They want you to see the incredible power that you guys emanate, and that they are really in awe of you guys. They feel like you guys, some of you guys are destined for a huge success, maybe even fame or some kind of public platform, but they want you guys to know and see yourselves that way, because I feel like sometimes you guys forget it, or people try to bring you down or try to make you question yourselves, and they're not okay with that. So we also got rock bottom, encouragement, and bone collector, and heal the ouch. So I feel like your person, part of rock bottom may be that your person, for those of you guys who are in separation, because I'm getting some of you guys may still be with this person actually, and you guys are just doing like a love check-in kind of reading. But so for those of you guys who are still with your person, I think that they just feel so connected to you. For those of you guys who are in separation, I feel like your person may be a little bit at rock bottom themselves, or be upset that they're not in contact with you, and they're really feeling the loss of you, especially because they see you as on this trajectory to huge success. And it's almost like a fear of theirs that you will go on to be so much more successful than them, and they're kind of trying to like keep up. But I also feel like your person really wants you to succeed. You know, they really want to see you do well. I feel like they also are, to them, you are like the sexiest person ever. Like, I feel like they just look through your photos and they just can't get enough. We got bone collector, and I'm not going to elaborate on that, but maybe some of you guys who know slang, might know what I'm getting from that card. But I feel like they see you as someone who is very sexy and who a lot of people are attracted to. And I'm hearing from them that some people have tried to make you feel bad for your sexiness or for your attractiveness, or made you feel like that was like a sinful or an evil part of you guys, and they want you to know that that is your spiritual gift, and that they connect with you like sexually, to be honest, I feel, on the astral plane. So maybe they're thinking of you in a sexual way, but they want you to lean into that part of yourself in a way. Like, they want you guys to not, I'm not saying anyone should go out and do risky behavior, but it's almost like you don't need to repress that part of yourself, or you don't need to feel bad, or like that part of yourself is evil, or like you can't open up that part of yourself, because it's a very special part of you, and you guys are naturally gifted in that way. And you guys might have Mars aspecting the ascendant, Mars aspecting Sun or Venus, or the moon as well. But I feel like you guys might have a very strong Mars, Pluto, or the asteroid Eros, especially aspecting your ascendant or your sun, or your Venus as well. But I feel that you guys have, so that might be something to check on your astrology chart. See where Eros is. A lot of people don't even know where their Eros is because it's an asteroid, but it's a major asteroid. I think it's number 433. So it's definitely something to look at for those people who exude a sexual vibe. I feel like this is like a gift that you guys have, but it's something that you guys may have felt like you had to tamp down, or like that part of you was bad. It may be something also where you had narcissistic people around you, narcissistic friends, narcissistic family, that made you feel guilty about getting attention. Like, oh, there she is. She always has to be the center of attention. She always has to flirt with the bartender and get free drinks or something like that. But it's like, no, that's your gift. That's a beautiful part of you. That's something that God gave you and gifted you with, is this part of your chart that is very sexy and very sexual. And so it's like your person loves that part of you. They're enraptured by you. They see you as almost like a goddess. Like, it's like they just see you as having the most beautiful body, beautiful face, and just that they wish, I think, that you were more okay with it, or more like leaning into that part of yourself. I'm not saying you guys should, go do anything crazy, but it's just, I think that sometimes we can like push away things, or we can be taught that some part of us is bad, but like no innate part of us is going to be bad. Obviously you shouldn't be doing like dark-sided behavior of any kind, but I feel like it's like this part of you is it's one of your chakras. It is a good, beautiful energy to lean into. So I just feel like your person wants you guys to know how sexy you guys are, and that you don't need to like hold that part of yourself back. I also feel like there's something very innately healing about your presence, and I feel like you give off this energy and aura of love and understanding and like openness to so many people, and you guys don't realize that. You guys don't know how many people have been soothed by like a conversation with you. I feel like your person gets a lot of energy for you. I honestly feel like your person is like your biggest fan. Like, they're just coming through as like, I wasn't intending this reading to be like a gas you up reading. Sometimes we do readings like what makes you special or what makes you attractive or whatever, but this was not that. But like, that's just what's coming through, is that your person is just so like in love with you. They think you guys are so amazing and incredible, and I feel like for them, there's a part of you that pushes that away, or there's a part of you that like is ashamed of these areas, and I'm trying to like figure out why. I feel like some of you guys think of yourselves as like really selfish, and your person is saying that that is ridiculous, because you guys are some of the most loving, sweet, kind people they know. But it's almost like you guys never give yourselves that benefit of the doubt, or you never see yourselves as how special you are. You guys are self-critical, and you tend to like almost like put yourselves down, or think of everyone else instead of yourself. And I feel like your person wants you to recognize that you guys are this star. You're literally the main character of your own story. And even you, everyone obviously is the main character of their story, but you guys really do attract way more attention than the average person. So it's like, you should never be feeling like you have to shirk away into the shadows or hide yourself, because that is a spiritual gift that you guys were gifted with. It's like if you are a Leo, the lion, it's not healthy for you guys to try to like hide away in the shadows. Part of the gift and birthright of all Leos, or people with a very prominent sun, is that they need to put themselves to a certain extent in the spotlight. That's just how it is. And so it's like, if you are a Leo and someone somehow convinces you, because I think you'd have a hard time convincing Leo, but for some Leos, they can be convinced, especially depending on other planets and stuff, that they are like too attention hungry, that they want to be in the spotlight too much, and it's a bad thing. And like, why don't you just try to be quiet for once? You know what I mean? And that is so negative for a Leo. That is part of their soul's birthright. And that's what I just keep getting, is you guys have some kind of a destiny that involves you guys stepping into your power. And some of you guys have been running away from it. And I feel like your person sees you as this beautiful soul. And I feel like they may have tried to have conversations with you, for some of you guys, about that, about like, you don't realize how special you are, do you? Or like, you really don't get that you're like super attractive, or you really don't get that you're like actually a really good sibling and you're super nice to your younger brother, or something like that, where you guys are doubting yourselves. You guys aren't seeing yourselves with the power that they want you to see, and they just want to come through to like encourage you and push you to move past that. Because I feel like your person, as much as there is this energy of them kind of being afraid of you leaving them in the dust and like them not being good enough for you, at the end of the day, they really want to help you realize your destiny and help to see you succeed fully. Because some of you guys are running away from like this very special path that you guys have. And I feel like your person just sees you as someone who has been almost like gaslit or convinced by people who don't have your best interests at heart. And they want you guys to leave that in the past and to honestly step into your power and not be afraid to show yourself off. You know, it's always funny to me, and I think this just came to mind, how people get so mad about selfies. Like, I feel like especially older people will be like, another selfie, or like, oh, of course, because you've got to take a selfie, right? Like, you know, just like random comments online I'll see, like if someone posts a selfie, it'll be like, these narcissists posting selfies. And I'm like, what's the problem? Like, I genuinely am baffled, because to me, I'm like, I love seeing people's selfies. Literally, like, anyone posts a selfie, I'm like, okay, cool. Obviously, if someone like looks deranged or something, or the look in their eyes is like crazy, then I don't necessarily want to see it. But for most people who have a really good high vibe energy, I love when they when they post selfies, because you can see right into their eyes. And me as an intuitive, it's super easy to tune into their energy. And if they have a positive energy, it's like pleasant. But my point is like, I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, what would be wrong with showing your face or taking a photo of your beautiful face to immortalize it? You know, why does that rub people the wrong way? And a lot of times it's because they have unintegrated shame for themselves. They don't feel good about how they look. They don't feel like they measure up. So they try to make other people feel bad about it. They try to make, obviously, you know, of course you can get out of control narcissism, or someone who is like obsessed with how they look in an unhealthy way, but that's not what I think most people are doing when they're posting a selfie. They're just showing their face. And I think it's like almost like you've had people like that around you that have made you feel like, how could you post a selfie, or you're always taking photos for your Instagram, or you're always wanting to be in the spotlight. And I feel like your person wants to see you just totally leave that energy behind. Like, don't even consider it, because it's almost like they're saying, I can't believe you would listen to these people. Like, you're so special and so beautiful, and so many people want to see you and want to see your beautiful face and energy that you exude. And why are you guys listening to like clown-like people that are jealous, or, you know, are envious or whatever, when you guys are this beautiful star and that is your birthright? Some of you guys may be Leos, or have the sun in the first house, or have the sun aspecting the ascendant. But I feel like you guys have some kind of a part of you that is supposed to step into that spotlight, is supposed to make a scene, make an impact. You might have a powerful fifth house as well. But it's like you guys are supposed to be center stage somehow. So we also got divine masculine, dating, the gardener, and boundaries. So I feel like your person, you know, it's almost like they want to step up and kind of like take care of you. Like, I feel like they are saying that some of you guys have had to, some of you guys have really had to deal with people who are super negative towards you. And they want to step up and change that. They want to be the person in your life who fixes you. And I'm hearing fix you from Coldplay. So they want to be almost like your savior, you know? They want to bring your energy back up, because some of you guys, I feel like, have been getting depressed, or have been feeling like you're not that special, or like I'm not that great, or I'm kind of unattractive or something. There's something about you guys having low self-esteem, and your person wants to give you this energy. They want to make you realize how incredible you guys are. And I feel like they do, for those of you guys who are in separation, they do try to do this on the astral plane. They do try to project like confidence towards you, so you guys are feeling it. They feel like you guys, it's like you guys are up here, you know, and that's them below you, like trying to give you this rose. They feel like you guys, again, it's like princess, queen, empress, goddess vibes. That's how they see you as. And if you guys are the masculine, this can totally resonate for you as well, from your feminine, that she wants to help heal and fix you. I feel like this is, even though it's kind of coming out gendered because we got the Empress and the Star, I'm getting a vibe that this energy doesn't change too much when it comes to the masculines. It just may be maybe that if you're a masculine, maybe you wouldn't necessarily want to be the star, or in terms of like posting a photo of yourself looking good in a bikini or something, but maybe it's more that you know, can step into your power and your birthright of like, I can get things done. I am powerful. I look good. I feel good about my body, whatever, you know what I mean? So take what resonates, take it how it resonates. But I feel like for you guys, they want you guys to step into like feeling good about yourselves, because I just keep hearing that there's people that have made you really question yourself, and it might be a good idea for you guys to put up boundaries, because I feel like your person is honestly not a big fan of some of these people in your life, and I just think they want you to know. I'm getting a headache. I just randomly got some random pain on my head, right on the back left of my head. So some of you guys might have headaches or something because of these people, because that was really weird. It just came and then left really fast. So I think, yeah, some of these people may be causing you a headache or sabotaging you. It's almost like these people are trying to hold you back from being in your highest power of self. You might be financially dependent on some of these people, or vice versa. They might be financially dependent on you, but they want you guys to really realize how incredible you are. And I feel like your person wants to be a source of support towards you. I feel like they, either on the astral realm or in this actual 3D world we live in, they want to give you that encouragement. They want to make you step into your power. It's almost like with the Five of Cups, you guys keep focusing on all these negative things when you guys have so many gifts and are so powerful, and your person just can't believe that someone with all the power, the gifts, the blessings, the innate talent that you guys have would ever spend a moment doubting yourself. Like, they're just in shock, to be honest. So I feel like their message for you and what they want you to know is that you guys need to have almost like better self-esteem, or talk about yourselves in a more positive way. I'm feeling like you guys should stand in front of the mirror and say like, I'm beautiful, or look in your eyes and keep your eye contact and say like, girl, you look good, or like, you know, wow, I look beautiful today, or you look beautiful. Say it to yourself in the mirror, you know, because it's like people that keep trying to bring your self-esteem down. And some of this, like, I feel like if there was ever anyone competing for you or for your person against you, they want you to know that you blow them out of the water, and there is no contest. And it's literally laughable if you would ever think that this other person could compare to you. Like, they just can't emphasize enough how like special you guys are. So other cards we got: honesty is essential, speak with love and truth, the heart of the matter, there is more going on than meets the eye, physical touch is reversed, and treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So with physical touch being reversed, it may be that some of you guys are not super, like I said, I keep getting like not super sexual, or not big into like expressions of sexuality or whatever. And I feel like your person wants you guys to maybe step more into that, or maybe it's like they think of you in a sexual context. So maybe when they're having some alone time, they have some fantasies about you. If you guys want to check out my Patreon, I do have an 18 plus what are their fantasies reading if you guys want to watch that. But I feel like they do fantasize about you guys. I definitely feel like it's almost like they want you to meet them on that realm. Like, they want you guys to be as into them as they are into you, and they want you to be unafraid to express yourself in a sexual way. Maybe some of you guys aren't a very sexual person, or you guys have been a little like reticent about that. And I'm not saying, like, I think it's actually very important to put up boundaries and to have, you know, our own idea of like, you know, I feel comfortable with this, I don't feel comfortable with that. And I think that's perfectly healthy. So I don't want you guys to feel like I'm saying like, you need to go do this, you should go cuddle them or something. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just communicating what your person would want. And it makes sense if they're very sexually attracted to you, which I can tell they are, that they would want that to lead to a sexual relationship. So I definitely feel like they are also saying that, like, I feel like people have been dishonest to you and have made you have a false idea of yourselves. This idea that you guys are not all that great, or that you guys are egotistical if you feel good about yourselves. So I feel like some of you guys have been in that tower moment where you guys have had low self-esteem and you guys have been in a really dark place, and your person is not a fan of that, and they're not a fan of whoever caused this. I do feel like you guys are very connected on the astral realm, and they want you guys to, they're aware of these doubts you guys have been having, or this rough time, dark night of the soul you've been going through. And it's almost like they want you to get your mojo back. They want you to step into your power and be feeling yourself. I'm hearing I'm Feeling Myself by Beyonce, and I feel like they want you guys to maybe, you know, take a bath, like have a sensual bath, you know, with organic rose petals. You want to make sure they're organic, because like I just recently found out that there's a ton of pesticides on those flowers, which is so gross to be like swimming in a bath of pesticides. I only eat organic food as well, so I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, but I didn't think about it. But anyway, like organic rose petals and some bubble bath, and maybe pour yourself a glass of wine, you know. And it's almost like I feel like you guys might have a block in your root chakra or something, or your base chakra, where there may be some energy where you guys are not wanting to express yourselves sexually, and your person wants you guys to unleash that part of yourself. And that might be good for you guys. Like, you know, you might try standing in front of the mirror and looking at your body and saying like, ah, I love the way my thighs are shaped. I love the way my hips flare out. I love the way my waist comes in, or, you know, I love the curve of my back, or whatever it is. Like, I feel like there's something where you guys need to undo some of these negative self-talk that you guys have been going through, and recognize that you guys are it. You guys have so much beautiful energy exuding from you. So many people are drawn to you, and it's like they feel like you're literally crazy that you guys put yourselves down, don't see yourselves that way, aren't in touch with your sexual energy. You know, I don't support watching pornography because I find it to be extremely low vibrational, and also I find it that it's a pretty exploitative industry. So I would never ever recommend anyone to watch pornography or anything, because you don't really want to support those companies. They're so vile. But, you know, I feel like for you guys, you could do something to get in touch with your sexuality. Maybe it's just fantasizing or something. I can't talk too much about it on here because, you know, YouTube has a lot of rules and stuff, but, and obviously like I intend this reading towards adults, but I just feel like if you are under 18, you know, just maybe pick another pile or something, I don't know. But I think your person is very attracted to you, and I feel like they want you guys to feel within your sexual power, you know, and to get in touch with that side of yourself. You could try reading a romance novel or something, you know, those are a lot more ethical because it's fiction and stuff. So you could try reading something like that. But it's like they want you guys to get in that sensual Venus, Taurus energy. Like, this is so Taurus. Taurus is all about sensual indulgence, and that's totally the energy that I'm getting. And it's almost like you guys have been pressing that part of yourself away. So we got freedom reversed, fertility reversed, animals, new beginnings, and travel. So I feel like for you guys, they want you guys to, and also we got willpower reversed. Let me pull that out. So I feel like, Yeah, it's almost like some of you guys have been trapped by some of this negative self-talk. Some of you guys may be struggling with body image or with relationships with people in your life that put you down. And I definitely think this person wants to see you free from that. They want you guys to see them through the eyes that they see you in, as this beautiful, perfect, enrapturing, like fascinating, just how many superlatives can I use to talk about you guys? Just, you guys are like over the moon, special, just beyond. And so they want you guys to see yourselves that way. I feel like they feel like you guys are a little bit trapped by this negative self-talk, and also sometimes by your relationships with these people that have put these ideas in your mind. Like someone along the way made you guys question and doubt yourselves and feel like you're not magic, and you guys are magical. You guys are the Empress and the star, okay? So you guys need to remember that and recognize that and realize that, and stop hiding your light under a bushel. Stop pretending like you guys aren't as powerful as you are. I'm hearing that some people around you would be very insecure if you guys fully stepped into your power and fully embraced yourselves and fully were owning your sexuality and your innate power that you guys have. People would be very insecure and very upset if you guys were to step into that. And I'm hearing from your person that, you know, that might be exactly what needs to happen, because some of these people don't have your best interest at heart and aren't going to help you. And I feel like your person would like to see you leave these behind and move away, just paddle away from it, Six of Swords style. Like they want you just getting out of here. So they want you guys to, like, I feel like also the thing is, you guys have this strong sensual energy, but you guys are also such great, I want to say great mothers. Like a lot of you guys, maybe some of you guys also, I feel like you might struggle with infertility or something. Only some of you guys, but I feel like it's like your person wants to give you so much reassurance about this area. They want to make you like really calm down, because I feel like some of you guys are questioning your self-worth in this arena of like sexuality, and also of like being a mom or being a nurturing person. So it's like a confusing energy coming in, but some of you guys may be like, again, I'm getting some of you guys were made to question how nice you were. Like you might have been told that you were selfish, or like, oh, someone like you would never volunteer, or like, oh, you're just self-centered. And it's like your person's like, are you kidding me? You guys are like the nicest people ever. And it's disgusting that anyone would make you question yourself. So I feel like for those of you guys who are younger in this pile and you're not, you know, thinking of having a kid anytime soon, it might just be that you had people around you that made you feel like you're a selfish person, you're mean or something. And for those of you guys who may be married or in a relationship in this pile, it may be that you guys are struggling with infertility, or you're questioning how good you are as a mom, something like that. It's really interesting to have this come through in this reading, but I think they really want to reassure you that everything will come in divine timing at the right time, and that you guys are eminently gifted and amazing, would make amazing parents, would make an amazing mom or dad. And I feel like animals are drawn to you guys. You guys are so nurturing and sweet and loving, and it's like they wish you guys didn't put so much of your self-worth in this one area, or let yourselves get brought down by people that are just jealous, or by disappointment. Some of you guys just may be disappointed and feeling depressed. And I feel like they want to reassure you that you guys are going to step into your power. But I also feel like part of this is like you guys making a choice. Like, to me, this girl looks like a dancer, and I feel like your person wants to see you center stage. It also might be a good idea for you guys sometimes. Obviously, I know there's some craziness going on lately with like the club scene and stuff, and it's definitely something that you want to be careful of. It's like when you're going out at night or whatever. But I feel like for some of you guys, it may be a good exercise to like get all dressed up, put on like a cute little black dress, or if you're a guy, a suit. I think like guys look so hot in suits. They're definitely like the hottest thing a guy can wear, in my opinion. But you know, looking whatever makes you guys feel good, and going out to, you know, a restaurant or going out to a club and like really just rocking the look, you know what I mean? Or it might not be a suit for some of you guys, it might be something else. Maybe, you know, you want to show off your muscles or something, I don't know. But whoever you are, whatever makes you guys feel sexy, whatever makes you feel good to wear. I feel like it might be a good exercise for you guys to go out in public and kind of like just rock that confidence. Step into your confidence. Know that you look good. If you're a girl, maybe put on some makeup that really makes your features pop or something, go ahead and do that full smoky eyeliner look, or, do the full, like, I don't know, contour or whatever is going to make you guys feel sexy, because I feel like your person just wants you to step into your energy as this beautiful creator, because sexual energy is creative energy. Literally, it's creation, ultimately of like a new life. So it's a very powerful energy, and I feel like your person wants you guys to embrace that part of yourself rather than like running away from it or hiding it or being insecure about like, oh, I'm not that great, I'm not that special, I'm not that sexy. Maybe some of you guys even like gained weight, or your body changed, or you lost weight, but you're not feeling confident. And I feel like your person wants you guys to feel confident and recognize that they see you as like the sexiest person ever. And so for you guys to be hiding away or not fully living your life because of this is just, it's driving them crazy. And so I feel like that's why they've come through. Like I said, I wasn't intending this to be a, let's glow you up type reading, but that's what it turned into because of your person. Because that's just all they want to talk about, is how incredible you guys are, how sexy you are, how attracted they are to you. I definitely feel like they look at your photos. They definitely, check you out at every opportunity, and they find you to be like the sexiest person ever. So some of you guys need to work on that confidence, bring it back up, step into your sexy energy, step into your Leo self, and don't make yourself feel like you have to hide yourself away or that you can't put yourself out there, because I'm hearing that like everyone is so drawn to you. And if you only could read everyone's thoughts, you would realize that people think you are stunning, amazing, so gorgeous, and also that you guys have a special energy to you. You guys exude this energy that draws people in, and sometimes it might even make you guys insecure or feel off or feel weird, like, oh, these people are staring at me, they probably think I'm so unattractive. But it's the opposite. They're staring at you because they are like, oh, who is this person? Are they a celebrity? They look so good, So yeah, your person really, really, really wants you guys to step back into your power, to see them the way they see you, because they see you as like a masterpiece, a work of art, like you should be hanging in the Louvre, like Mona Lisa. And I think it's funny, like what's coming to mind with the Mona Lisa is like, so many people go to the Louvre and they say like, oh, I saw the Mona Lisa and it was really pretty small and it wasn't that cool. And I've been to, see it, and it's like, yeah, it is pretty small, actually. It is kind of shockingly small when it's such a famous painting. And the thing is you could imagine is like, if someone had, if that wasn't such a famous painting, you could see that painting literally being in like someone's garage or something. Like, how on Antiques Roadshow, or shows like that, they'll discover a painting that was like stored away in someone's attic for years, and then it's worth like millions of dollars or something. You could see a scenario like that where someone would be like, oh yeah, that's a painting, it's pretty, it's okay, it's whatever, you know what I mean? So many people actually go to the Louvre and they don't even care. Like, they're like, oh, it was okay. And I feel like for you guys, it's almost like the part of the reason the Mona Lisa has so much power is because it's put center stage, and you have to line up to get into that room, and it's like the most famous painting in the world, and everyone reveres it. And then in the room, it's super crowded, and there's like crowds forming around it, and that's how it's like this super special painting. And it's almost like that shows that the way we view a person and like can make such a difference on them. And I feel like your person views you with such love, and they just wish you saw yourself in the same way. It's like you guys think of yourself as that painting stored away in the attic, but you guys are the Mona Lisa, and you guys need to put yourselves out there and actually make yourself center stage and actually step into your power in that way. Maybe some of you guys have been afraid lately of putting something on social media that you guys were nervous about or something. But I feel like your person will be like, anything you post, they would be like, yay, they're your biggest fan, you know? And so if you guys have been insecure about that, I feel like your person wants you guys to go ahead and post it. Put yourself out there. Step into your beautiful power and energy, because you guys have so much of it. So Spirit, is there anything else, any other messages that Pile 2's person wants them to know? They just want you to know how incredible you are, how good you guys look, how beautiful you guys are, and what a special soul you guys are. So I really hope you guys get this message by now, and you really understand that your person really loves you and wants you guys to see yourselves the way they see you. So yeah, I really hope you guys will do that. Leave a comment if this resonates, you guys, and also make sure to like. I'm curious about this pile, so let me know what's going on here, because there was such an interesting energy coming up. But also, if you guys would like to check out that 18 plus What's Their Fantasy reading, it's up on my Patreon, as well as a bunch of other readings, so you can go check that out if you guys would like to. It's at the link in my bio. And also make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will be back very soon for another reading. So sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey Pile 3, so if you guys picked this orange donut, this is going to be your reading. I apologize for the lighting, but to be honest, it gets dark so early now that I kind of just have to deal with this lighting. But anyway, let's get into the reading. You guys got the 3 of Wands, the King of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Hierophant, King of Swords, 3 of Swords, and the Judgment card. So what your person is basically saying is that they had this huge plan for how things were going to go with you. They had planned everything out in their mind of like wanting you guys to be together in a certain way. I feel like they wanted to present you guys with some kind of an offer or come towards you and present you with something. Like they had planned, I feel like long term, they had planned some things, and they're saying it's kind of like you weren't open, or you were closed off, or you were judgmental, and that it's caused them a lot of heartbreak. I feel like there was a lot they wanted to say to you, and still do with the King of Swords. They still have a ton of desire towards you, but it was like they were working towards something with you, and they really had this idea in their mind of how things were going to go. And it's almost like they're in despair now with the 3 of Swords of being like, how did that not work out? Like, I had the perfect plan. It was supposed to go like this, and how did it not happen? I feel like this person, it's almost like they are mourning the loss, because they put a lot of work and planning into it. I feel like they had never felt this way about anyone until you came into the picture. So it's like they were sure that things were going to work out. They're very much attracted to you, and in their opinion, they kind of, you know, as much as they feel like they came at you in a certain way. They feel like they did present themselves, and it's almost like they got rejected. But for some of them, like, they didn't get to present their whole plan. Like, I feel like maybe some of them, they flirted with you, but they never got to ask you out. Or if you guys were in a relationship with them, they never got to show their full depth of emotion. So it's like almost like there's so much stuff left unsaid that they never got to fully put out there. And I think that's what drives them crazy, is like the loss of what could have been. I'm hearing what could have been, what should have been. So I feel like they just feel like there was supposed to be more. Like, I'm just keep hearing like the plan didn't go according to plan, you know? I don't know what this is, but let's find out more. So we got Rescue reversed, Spark, Wizard of Awareness, Gentle Gardener, and Wide Open. So yeah, I feel like they felt like you guys were somehow like closed off, or like you guys were not as into them maybe as they were into you, or you guys, they were trying to come to you and present whatever this was, and that you guys rejected them. Like you guys were not open to being in a romantic relationship with them. So they're kind of putting it on you. I don't think they're blaming you like angrily, but it's almost like, oh, if you'd just been open to this, or if you guys had just let this happen. That's the emotion I'm getting, is like, something about you guys blocking it or you guys not receiving it. I almost feel like they wanted to like parachute down into your life, like in this card. I don't know if you guys can see it with the weird lighting, but they wanted to parachute on into your life, like in this rescue card, and, you know, come down and help you in some way. And it just couldn't happen. Like it didn't happen. It couldn't happen. And you guys, I think it's almost like you guys were too self-reliant or something, or they're saying that you guys were not receptive, like you guys have your own life or something and there wasn't room for them in it, kind of a vibe. Or you guys were just not buying whatever they were selling. If they were coming to you like, I can fix you, I can save you, it's almost like I'm feeling like that energy, like they might have come in with like, I can do this for you, or they were thinking of those things. Maybe they never presented it, but like they had this idea of like, I could pay this person's bills, or I could cook for them, or I could, you know, help them move into a better apartment, or I don't know. I feel like there's something vulnerable about you that your person really likes. They like the fact that you guys kind of need them in some way, and they wanted to help you in that way. And what they're saying to me is like, they wouldn't let me help them, you know, kind of vibe. Like they wouldn't let me do this stuff for them that I was trying to do for them. They wouldn't receive it. They wouldn't accept it. It's kind of like, you know how like sometimes when you're out with a friend or something, they might try to pay the bill and then you're like, no, you can't. Like I have a friend, she's always trying to pay the bill like every time, and I have to like snatch the bill from her. And then if I pay the bill, then she'll try to Venmo me, and I have to like block her Venmo and like reject. And it's like, I have to tell her like, stop sending me these notifications. I need to pay the bill sometimes. Like she's so sweet. She's so generous. But you know, it's one of those things where like, you know, I don't want to be like unfair and like constantly like, so I'm like, please, no, genuinely, I need to, like, this is so crazy. And it's like, your person is like the same. Like, I feel like they wanted to do all this stuff for you, and it's almost like you blocked their Venmo that they tried to give you, kind of vibe. Or like, they were like, I can do this for you, like, let me take the bill. That moment when you're like with the friend and you're like, no, it's my turn, you got it last time, and you're kind of arguing over the check, like that's the vibe. Like where they want to do all this stuff for you, they want to support you, and I feel like they feel like you blocked it, or you wouldn't accept it, you wouldn't receive it, you wouldn't take it. And you know, I don't know, this is honestly giving me like, because this is a very masculine type energy, with like, it is the masculine's role to like give, and it is the feminine's role to receive. Of course, in your relationship, sometimes, you know, a woman can be in her masculine or a man can be in feminine, so it can totally be different if you're in a relationship or whatever. But I just think I'm getting like, this is like a masculine vibe of like, I was trying to give you this, and it's the feminine role to receive. Maybe you guys are, some of you guys might be women who aren't that good at like receiving. I know for me, I had to work on like coming into my feminine energy and being more able to receive, because for a while I was like, I don't know about this. Like, you know, when guys would try to like do a lot of stuff for me, I'd be like, okay, but I'm independent and stuff. And it is good to step into the energy of being like, I am receptive, I can receive, I am open. I feel like that's, I don't know, that's the vibe I'm getting. Of course, there's people in all different kinds of relationships, same-sex relationships, or different roles within, but I'm just getting this vibe. So I don't know. But it could be, you know, also, like I said, it could be the roles flipped. So take out how it resonates with you in this role that I'm describing. But it's like, this person was so attracted to you. They were so attracted to you. I feel like they think of you a lot in those terms. They find you, I'm literally feeling it in like my body of like, they're like, root chakra was like very activated when it comes to you. They are very much, they think you're just very sexy. They find you to be extremely attractive, and I feel like they fantasized about you a lot. They definitely were super drawn to you guys. If you guys want to know what that is, I have my 18 plus reading up at Patreon of what are their fantasies, so you could check that out if you guys want to know specific fantasies. But yeah, they're fantasizing about you a lot, and I feel like with gentle gardener, that kind of relates to the gardener role in another deck, and it is kind of this ancient archetype of like, especially the masculine providing for the feminine. So I just feel like this person wanted to provide for you. You know, they wanted to give you things. They wanted to like be this strong, like, and if you're a masculine and you're like, this is, the roles are flipped, I want to do this for her, or it could be roles flipped, or it could have been that she wanted to be very nurturing towards you. Since the majority of my viewership is female, it's going to come through as mostly the messages for, like, it's like 90% female. But if you're a guy watching this, it could be that, you know, it's the feminine, but she wanted to be feminine and nurturing to you. She wanted to love you in the feminine way of like being very emotionally receptive to you, you know, and really making you feel good in that feminine way that the feminines do. But like I said, take it as it resonates, or whatever you guys fall into. But I just feel like this person wanted to like improve your life. They wanted to help you in some way. They wanted to give something to you. They wanted you to receive it as well. They wanted you to receive it with a smile on your face. That's really important. Is like I feel like in a way they feel rejected, or they were hoping for a different reaction. They were hoping for you guys to be like, oh my God, I love it. And instead, I feel like some of you guys are very independent, and you guys were like, it's okay, I'm good, you know, and they are kind of like, excuse me, like, how dare you? And they're just frustrated. I would say frustrated is the emotion of like, why didn't this person take it? Why wasn't it good enough? And I feel like they do spend a lot of time thinking about that. I do feel like they may spend time late at night. I also feel like your person may have tried to start new financial situations, because honestly, I pulled Ace of Pentacles, but it just flew out and it didn't fit. And I was like, I need to have like a straight line. So, but I'm going to use it because I'm like, this is so the energy as well. So I feel like they may have tried to start a financial, like business or something for you. Like they were trying to work for you, and I feel like it's almost like they feel like you didn't get it, you didn't receive it, you didn't honor what they were trying to do for you. It's like they had this whole plan in their mind. Some of them did want like very traditional situation with you, maybe marriage, and you know, it's like they might have wanted you, if you are a woman or something, to be a housewife, you know. They may have wanted it to be very traditional like that, and they wanted to give to you in many ways, and it's like they're kind of sad that like that didn't happen. They're kind of sad and feel rejected, you know. They feel like they've been blocked by you, and they do feel that you guys still have this psychic connection going back and forth between you guys. They definitely still think of you quite a lot. I definitely feel like you're still on their mind all the time is what I'm getting. It's almost like they feel like you judged them, or you were like not about what they were. They feel like, I just keep getting rejected. It's like the image of someone trying to give someone something and someone being like, no, you know? So, I don't know. Let's get more cards. So we got intimacy, the garden. Yep. And we got the gardener, emotional freedom, luminosity. So some of you guys may have wanted emotional freedom from them, or just freedom in general. Like it's almost like you wanted to be too free. Like I feel like they tried to give you something and you just were not having it. You know, you just were not into it. I'm getting an image in my mind. I don't know where this is from, but I feel like there's pranks sometimes where they will try to give someone something, like a random item, you know, and then like sometimes it'll turn out to be something actually expensive. Yeah, I think I saw that where someone was giving away, I don't know, it was like, I think it was like to talk about like people not being very smart about money, but it was like, do you want a candy bar or do you want $100? And everyone kept picking the candy bar, which is so bizarre because obviously you could buy 100 candy bars with $100, but like there was something, anyway, my point is I feel like you guys were, like they tried to give you this thing, but you guys weren't feeling it, and you guys you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to have the time, or that's how they're perceiving it. Like you were just like in your own lane, and you guys were focused on your own ish, and you guys were like, no. And you just didn't really take them in. So they feel like they didn't get to even present to you all the stuff they had intended. Because I feel like they did have very long-term intentions for you, and they felt like you were closed off. They're not mad at you, and I don't want you guys to think that they're fully blaming you, but I definitely feel like it's almost like this missed opportunity on their end. Like they had, or a situation where like someone's trying to like, get a job interview and they're like, I promise I'll give you a real, please just come and see me. I promise I'll give you the best interview ever. I want this job. I'll work so hard. And the person that, is the executive that they're trying to get a job with is just like, no, I don't have time. And they're just not interested. And they're like, I would have worked myself to the bone for you. That's kind of the vibe of like, I would have done so much for you. And you just don't even know how much I liked you, and you wouldn't even listen. It's not like they're angry. So I know this sounds maybe angry. I don't want to give you guys the impression that they're like mad at you, because I don't think they are. I just think that it's like, it's loss. It's like, oh, it could have happened. It could have been this way. It could have been so good. And again, intimacy. Like I said, this person's super attracted to you and fantasizes about you. They definitely want that deep intimacy with you. They want that like whole shebang of like, really tuning into each other's energy and having very deep emotional sex. So they are, like I said, very attracted on a deep sexual level and an emotional level as well. And they see you as so beautiful. And I feel like they wanted to see you in bloom. The garden talks about really the feminine, but it could be for masculines as well, like I said, just with a feminine twist of being support or whatever. But these cards are really like, this one is really gendered, where it's talking about the feminine really coming into bloom because the masculine takes care of her. The feminine coming into her highest state of being because the masculine is providing and kind of protecting, and so she's able to feel really safe and becomes this beautiful garden in bloom. And basically that's kind of the role of the masculine, I would say. And it's like that's what this person wanted to do for you. It's like they wanted to see you guys glowed up, feeling yourselves, like looking great, feeling great. And they had all this idea of everything they could bring to the table for you, but they just feel like you guys weren't open. I still feel like they would like to give that stuff to you. I don't feel like they're closed off or they're like, well, screw them, and they're in revenge energy. I still think they're kind of still scheming about like, okay, but how do I get to this person? Okay, what should I do next? Should I text them? Should I contact them? Like, they have not given up on this. They have not resigned themselves to like, oh, well, I guess it's not going to happen. Oh, time to move on. No, they're still very definitely focused on you, and they're definitely very drawn to you. So, their intention towards you is coming through really, really strong. So other cards we got, I love you. Wow. These are powerful words. It literally says that on the card. Get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted, and miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. So I feel like your person's love language might be like gifts, acts of service, or physical touch, because I feel like they really wanted to do stuff for you. They wanted to change your life. I'm hearing Change Your Life by Iggy Azalea. So it's like, and in that song she says, once you go great, you never go good, you never go back, even if you could. So it's like, I feel like your person wanted to just do stuff for you that was just so over the top. Like, they just wanted to like blow you away, like impress you so you could never be with anyone else. And they had all these like grand plans for like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, it's going to be amazing. They had this really long-term idea of like how everything would pan out for you guys, and how you, like, honestly, maybe even like having kids and stuff. Like, I feel like they really like, I feel like they planned so much of your relationship. Like, I feel like they wanted to have you on their social media. They wanted people to see you guys together because they find you so attractive. They'd be so proud to be like seen with you. And I feel like they planned trips in their mind of like you guys going on vacation to Bali together, or you guys exploring New York City together, or you guys, doing this and that, going to different places. I also feel like they're still very curious about you. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this itch was never fully scratched. They never really got to know you to the point of like, okay, yeah, their favorite food is this. And, you know, they still feel like there's a lot of mystery towards you. So they're very curious still. They still have that same intensity of emotion, intensity of curiosity and desire for you that they did before. They still are very drawn to you on such a deep level. So it's like, yeah, like I said, it's like an itch that never got scratched, and it's still itching away. It's still just as much of an itch now as it was before. I feel like this person, you know, they have a really strong desire to reach out to you with speak the language of love. They really would like to have some kind of contact with you of some form and to present their feelings towards you. I definitely feel like one thing that's good about this pile is that I don't think that they are like super shy. A lot of the time in these readings, you get people who are really shy and afraid to like present their feelings. Like they feel like they're afraid of being rejected, or they're nervous that, you know, they're not going to be good enough. I really like the fact that your partner is not like going on and on about that, to be honest, because I'm a Capricorn and I get frustrated with that. I'm like, oh my God, just get over it. Even though I know that's not the most mature response, but that's how I feel. Like I'm like, another reading of someone with low self-esteem, which I totally get it. It is hard when you have low self-esteem, but I love that this person has stepped forward into, they're not like sitting around just like feeling bad for themselves and being like, oh, I'm such a loser. Like they are very much, they feel like they can win you over if they had the chance, if they had the opportunity, if you guys got the chance to speak. They feel like they could make it happen with you, and they're very committed to that. I feel like they're very brave. Like I just can't say enough that I think this person, they don't have the time for kind of like self-indulgent moping around. They are kind of like a doer. And so I think that's what's so frustrating to them about the chance that this, or the fact that this never got the chance to really get off the ground, is like they know that they could have impressed you. Like I said, I'm seeing the image. It's like, you know how in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, I think he gets the job because he goes to that meeting or something, and the guy borrows $20 or whatever, and it's his last $20, but he gives it to him. And anyway, the guy's like impressed, and it's like kind of a chaotic meeting, but then he gives them the job and he blows them away, and he like does such a good job, and he's like top performer or whatever. It's like, that's what this person is saying. Like, I could have been that person who like was the best for you. I would have done it all. You guys never even got to see a full glimpse, I feel, of like the level of intention and respect and like energy that they would have put into you. You know how in that movie Pursuit of Happiness, like Will Smith is just, he ends up being like so successful, way more successful than anyone else, and he's willing to like work late and do whatever, and he's like sleeping in the subway and stuff. Like, I feel like that's the energy your person had for you, where they would have like moved mountains. They would have just done whatever it took. They would have like broken their back for you, you know? And so it's like they still have that intention there, and they just feel like it's like, if that movie had been, you know, instead of him getting the interview, if like the guy had just been like, oh yeah, I don't have time, sorry, bye, I gotta go, you know, that would be such a disappointing movie, because we obviously know Will Smith has all this energy for the, you know, that he wants, you can just tell like he wants that job and he's gonna work hard. And so if it had just ended there, it would have been a disappointment. And that's the vibe I'm getting, is like if the movie had just ended 5 minutes into it of like, yeah, nothing really changed, nothing happened, you know. So it's a disappointment. Your person had this whole idea planned out in his mind, almost like a movie planned out in his mind, of like how things would have gone for you, the look on your face when they got you this, or the look on your face when they took you here. And, you know, also a lot of that thinking had to do with what it would be like to sleep with you and be romantically involved with you. I feel like they still think on these things a lot, but their plan was like somehow stymied or didn't work out. Someone interfered, or you just didn't have the time for it. They feel like you didn't give them enough time or something, or you blocked that out. I feel like they definitely, you know, with I love you coming through, that is such a strong energy. And I feel like they may consider you a soulmate, or it was just, yeah, they were in love with you. I feel like they feel that you guys are sometimes like running from your emotions, or running from their emotions, even. Like maybe you guys aren't super emotional, or maybe they presented some of their feelings for you and you guys were like, oh, okay. Or like you didn't know how to take it, or you didn't know how to respond. But there's something where they don't feel like you would have been receptive to their emotions, or that you weren't, or that you guys run from your emotions as well. So maybe you guys are not, I feel like some of you guys, you don't like to be vulnerable. Like some of you guys, you like to be, you don't feel, you don't want to just be like this vulnerable this vulnerable person who needs so much from people. So you guys might have had to put up a hard, tough exterior at some point in time, but it's almost like your person wants to be the one to beat down that exterior and to break through that wall and to see you at your truest, most pure self. And that's really what intimacy, this is kind of like Scorpio vibes a little, because I feel like this person just is very sexually obsessed with you. But what's interesting about Scorpio is a lot of Scorpios, like everyone knows that Scorpio rules over sex, and it's true. And so Scorpio sometimes can be stereotyped as having a lot of casual sex, but in my experience, Scorpios can do that when they're in low vibrational energy. But most Scorpios that are being honest with themselves, they really don't like casual sex. They only want it to be deep emotional. And that's because Scorpio really is a card of a deep emotional depth. It is, I mean, a super deep water sign. And Scorpio is all about truth, and Pluto is all about truth. And it's like what it's all about, deep intimacy, is seeing someone at their most pure and they're most vulnerable, and the deepest part of them that no one else gets to see, literally seeing them naked, and no one else gets to see them naked, you know, for most people. And so they wanted to see like every part of you, but I feel like they feel like you had up a wall or something. Like you guys didn't feel okay making yourself super vulnerable to them. And so it's like there's just this sense of like unanswered potential. Maybe some of you guys also didn't even feel vulnerable getting intimate with them physically, because I feel like it's like they're sexually like obsessed. It's like, okay, we get it. Like you guys can stop bringing that through in this reading to me, because I'm just like, I can't talk about any of this stuff on YouTube anyway. So, I mean, you know, I'll just note that like they are very sexually into you. And I do have that reading on Patreon if you guys want to watch that, because I feel like this person just won't stop talking about how attracted they are to you. But okay, other cards we got, truth, answers reversed, good luck, boundaries, and boundaries reversed, and freedom reversed. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like you guys really wanted your freedom. A lot of you guys are very strong of like, I want to be free. I don't want to be encumbered. Maybe some of you guys, at least how this person perceives it, as maybe having like intimacy issues. Maybe you guys came from like a divorced family or something where you just don't really trust, you know, members of the opposite sex, or you don't really you're not a huge relationship person, or you don't like that part of the relationship when it gets into like that depth of like, okay, now we know each other and we're just hanging out all the time, and you're like, I don't know, like this is too much for me. But this person feels like you might have intimacy issues, or like you just want your freedom too much. Maybe you have this idea where you're, you know, supposed to accomplish certain things, and you don't want to get married early, or you don't want to have kids early, because I feel like honestly for a lot of you guys, that's what this person would want from you, is like to have kids with you. I'm hearing like have my baby. So it's like, wow, intense. But that they would want to have kids with you like early, or like they know, like they're not in doubt about their feelings for you. I feel like you guys may have been a little like, I don't know about them. Like obviously you're into them because you're watching this video, but I just feel like how this person is portraying it is like they're all the way in. They're 100%, 1000% in. And you guys are like, I mean, maybe, I'm not sure. Like, you know, you guys haven't really made your mind up. And so it's like for them, they feel like you guys had boundaries up against them where you wouldn't fully let them in the way that they would like to be let in, where you guys are fully open to them and whatever, you know, you guys are willing to go to those emotional depths. They just feel like that didn't happen, and that's what they really would have wanted. And they feel like they never got to fully present their truth to you and never give you those answers about how they're feeling. Also, they feel like they never got the answers from you. There's so much like unspoken energy here of like unanswered questions they have, and I feel like they wanted to answer some of your questions or present some things to you, because I almost feel like they're saying that they knew you might have had doubts, but they would have been able to reassure you. They would have been able to tell you like, no, this is what I want. Or like maybe, you know, they do want kids with you, but you're like, I'm not ready to have kids. And they would have been like, that's fine. I don't care. We can have them in 10 years or something. But it's like they would have allayed your doubts, or they would have been willing to do whatever it takes for you guys. And some of you guys were like very focused on your career or something, and you didn't necessarily want to, you know, be obsessed with someone in love. Maybe you had an idea in your mind of like, I want to meet someone at a certain age, and I don't want to meet someone right now, and I don't want to like fall in love. Or like you were like, I'm down to meet someone, but you thought it was going to be like young, casual, like, you know, and then your emotions got involved and it was really scary or something. Or even maybe you're older and you wanted a relationship, but then when it actually popped up, you were like, well, I know I said I wanted that, but now I'm kind of scared because this is a lot. I don't know, but I feel like it's like they felt like you were running away from them or something. And yeah, it's like that has really, they're also just saying like it was unlucky how things happened. Like it's like it was just bad timing or miscommunication. You know how like in a lot of those tragedies, they will literally show someone like, you know, two people are trying to see each other or something, and just one person misses each other by 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Or like one person's waiting somewhere, they're waiting, the other person suddenly leaves, and or like the other person's heading towards them, and then 10 seconds before that person arrives, the other person's like, screw this, I'm gonna go, I've been waiting too long. And the other person's running late because of like random things that happen, and the other person's like, they're always late. Ugh, they're so disrespectful. They never cared about me. You know what I mean? And it's like a miscommunication like that. Like it's like in a movie where just the timing is off and you want to just scream at the screen and be like, no, you don't get it. Like, no, just hold on. So they're saying that there was an element of like bad luck in this, and that again, they had this plan. They were really hoping it would work out. Everything was supposed to go according to their plan, which I think definitely involved a long-term thing with you. And so I feel like, I don't know if they might step forward again. I definitely feel like they're very focused on you. They have a ton of energy towards you, sexual energy and otherwise. So I definitely think they spend time like fantasizing about you and thinking about you. But it's like they just, I'm not sure if they were able to present all of this stuff towards you. I'm thinking no. But those emotions are super strong. I think they would like to present this to you. I think they would like to tell you exactly how they're feeling, and they very well might, because that intention is still there. The emotion is still there. They still think of you. They're still super attracted to you. They're still super drawn to you, and they still think you're amazing and extremely attractive. So, Spirit, is there anything else you want me to bring forth for pile 3? So I just heard, I'm going to get you, or I'm going to come for you, which is kind of ominous way of putting it. But so I do think they have the intention to actually step towards you and come towards you and be with you in the future. So yeah, so maybe some of you guys will hear them reaching out or something soon. But yeah, they're thinking about you a lot. You're on their mind a lot. So yeah. So if you guys want to see that 18 plus reading, it's on my Patreon. Please leave a comment if you guys enjoyed it. If it resonated, let me know. Also, make sure to like if it resonated. Hit that like button and make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. And I will be back very soon for another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 4. So if you guys picked this chocolate donut, this is going to be your reading. I do apologize for the artificial light. I love to film in natural light, but it's getting dark so early that it's either just don't film at all, or I have to film some of them in the unnatural light. But anyway, let's get into your reading, guys. So you guys got the 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 10 of Swords, and I pulled 3 additional cards. We got the Hanged Man, Lovers, and the King of Wands reversed. So I feel like it's interesting that, first of all, the first message coming through is that your person definitely dreams about you and thinks about you in their sleep. You guys have a definite spiritual connection and they're very attached to you. They definitely think of you while they're sleeping and dreaming and have dreams of you. Another thing that's coming through is, like, for some of you guys, you may be in a third party situation where they're dating or with someone else, and I feel like you should know that this person considers you first in their mind. They're very emotionally connected to you, and they consider you their soulmate. With the Lovers card coming through, you know, that is the ultimate card of a soulmate. And I love how it's depicted actually in this pile, because you can see that the guy is actually a, like, ghost, or not. He's not, I wish I had better light. Okay guys, I tried to get a little bit better light so you can see it, but you can see that he is transparent, which says to me that his actual physical body is not actually there. It's probably his like celestial body, you know, in terms of being either a ghost or visiting her in spirit. And to me, I think it's such a powerful depiction of how true love works, because a lot of people think in order to have true love that, you know, you have to be there, you have to be all up on each other, touching each other. But the fact is that some of the deepest soulmate connections can go outside of the realm of the physical and into the spiritual realm. And so I feel like for you guys, even though a lot of you guys may be in separation with this person, that they are acknowledging that to you, even if they're with someone else, you are number one in their mind. I feel like in a way with the Hanged Man, they may not have realized that before. It may have been something that came to their mind with time and with their relationship with other people. They started to compare. They always compared the other people they were with to you, and now it's like there's no comparison. Now it's like they fully realize, I think, the depth of their mistake, and they're definitely regretful. They're definitely feeling a little bit defeated. They're definitely kind of looking back and thinking about what was, what could have been, what should have been. And so, you know, another thing that's coming through is, like, honestly, they might not be that physically attracted to their partner, at least in comparison to you. And I feel like they reminisce about you, and there's something about you that they find very sexy and very sexually a turn on. So it's like they think about you probably during that act, you know what I mean, with their partner. I don't want to get too much into it because it is YouTube and we have rules on YouTube that we have to listen to. But I definitely think that there is like this comparison between you and your person. If you guys want to check out my Patreon, I do have an 18 plus what are their fantasy reading, so that might be helpful if you want to know more about that topic. But I do have to keep everything PG over here on YouTube. I do think that for you guys, it's like you know, they were kind of making a decision, I feel like, before. Like, I feel like they chose between you and someone else, and it's like they chose wrong. And it's almost like that decision is still ongoing, because I feel like they try to balance their relationship with their person with their feelings for you. And to be honest, I feel like it's not going well. I feel like their feelings for you supersede anything else, overrides everything else. They're very emotionally connected to you with the Ace of Cups. Like, their emotions are super tied into you. And so I think that, you know, for a while they thought they could maintain this thing where, you know, maybe you were the one that got away, but they still could be in a relationship with their partner. Like, it was probably something, you know, I feel like people make rational decisions about love. And honestly, part of their decision that they made to be with this person might have had to do with money, with the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like they may have been very rational and logical when they were thinking this question over. It might have been an issue of, like, you don't have enough money right now, to be honest, in your life, or this person that they're with makes their life very easy. I feel like this person that they're with just makes things easy and kind of caters to them to a certain extent, or that's what they kind of, if they're single, I don't know, that's what they want, or there's someone like that in this connection. But it's like they wanted what was easy. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, they're with someone that just does everything for them, like probably does their laundry, cooks for them, cleans for them, pays for them. Like they don't have to worry. This person basically made the decision for them of like, you can just be with me, it's fine, you know? And your person was like, well, okay, like whatever. And they just went along with it, and they felt like they could keep you in this secret little chamber in their heart and like hold you with them, and that it would be fine, and they could just balance that. But I feel like over time they've realized that that's just not possible. Their feelings for you are too strong and too overwhelming, and it's too painful for them to be in separation from you. So I feel like they visit you a lot during your dreams. I also feel like for some of you guys, you have tried to enact psychic barriers with this person, and most of the time in your waking life, you're capable of being like, no, I can sense you coming in. Nope, get out of here. Like maybe you're driving down the street and your love song that reminds you of the person comes on, and you might be like, oh, switching the channel. No, not today, baby. And you guys are blocking them out, and you're not wanting them to come in to your psychic realm. But when you guys are sleeping, your defenses are way more down and way more vulnerable. And I'm feeling that while you guys sleep, whether you're aware of this or not, your person visits you and kind of siphons off your energy. I know that may sound really creepy, but it's like they really love to be in your energy. Like they would bathe in it if they could. They love your energy field. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, while you guys are sleeping, even if you don't remember this when you wake up, and some of you might remember this from dreams and stuff, but this person is definitely visiting you while you sleep and definitely tapping into your energy and connecting with you in that way. But I feel like if you guys were fully conscious of all of this happening, you guys would block it out and enact barriers. So it's like that's kind of their main time to come to you, is because when you guys are in your waking moments, you're not having it, and this person knows that. And they're in a way, it's like they could have maintained their relationship with their third party a lot easier had you still been open to their energy field and still were allowing them to visit you in their waking hours and tap into your energy consciously. Then I feel like they probably could continue maintaining this relationship with their person, where they get like their kind of earth needs satisfied, like, you know, they have their money from them, they have this person like doing a lot for them, like taking care of them in so many different ways. They kind of can talk to this person, but I don't think they're having great conversation, to be honest. But they're getting their physical needs met, although again, I don't think this person is very turned on by their third party, but they, you know, it's like whatever, it's good enough, I guess. And they think of you a lot during the act, and they so it's like that's the thing, they're emotionally connected to you on the astral plane. So they're with this person physically, but they're with you on the astral plane, and that kind of worked for them for a while, and they thought they could maintain that. But you've kind of changed the rules up, you've started blocking them out in that way, and now it's definitely not working for them in the way that it was. And now they're having to go through and consider whether they still want to maintain this situation, or whether they want to maybe move towards like that real love, the real thing, where it's not, you know, being on the astral plane with one person and in the physical realm with another. But let's get more cards for you guys. So we got Mountain, Commitment, Heal the Ouch, Compass, and Intention. So I feel like you guys, even though this person is committed to someone else in this realm, and maybe even legally, like with marriage or whatever, they are committed to you on the astral realm and in the physical realm, or metaphysical realm, like the psychic realm. They are committed to you. I feel like you guys might have a soul connection, a soul contract, or something like that, but this person is very much committed to you, and it's like you're the main person in their heart for sure. And I feel like nothing can shake that. But it's amazing kind of how like complacent they are, I feel, because I feel like they're almost going the easy route of letting this other person take care of them, letting this other person do stuff for them. And while they do feel very defeated and they're upset and they're realizing that it's not working, there's still kind of like this inaction. There's still this kind of like, I don't know what to do. Well, it's really working. Well, my life is a lot easier. I feel like this person may have problems with trying to manifest or making money for themselves or something. Like they might have fears attached to money, because I feel like they don't really know how to manifest the kind of life they would want, where they could be with you and maybe they would have to financially provide for you or something, and they're not capable of that right now. They don't feel strong enough to like make their own money, so that's why they're very reliant on this person, and their heart isn't in it, but it's like, it's not horrible. It's not like, you know, their partner is like a monster who's like treats them really badly. They're just not in love with them, and their partner provides for them financially, makes their life super easy, so it's like, whatever. I feel like this person's almost being very logical about it, and they're just doing like a cost benefit analysis of like, what would make my life easier, what would make my life better, and as of right now they've decided that they're going to stay in this kind of situation because it's making their life run really smoothly, and they can't imagine, you know, having to like make this kind of money on their own, having to pay rent on their own, having to you know, cook and clean and do all the stuff for themselves totally on their own. They like that this person basically does whatever they want, so it's very easy for them. They're not attracted, but whatever, you know. But I feel like for them, it's like there's all these fears associated with kind of providing for themselves and providing for you as well, and so it's like they're not really capable of stepping up to that as much as they might want to be. And so it's like, that's a big barrier, I feel, for you guys to be together. I feel like your person wants you to know that their feelings are really for you, and that right now they're struggling with this. They're trying to figure out how to deal with their partner and how to kind of find some direction with this, with the compass card. Like, it's like they don't know how to fix this situation, how to heal the ouch. They're very much, I still feel they're figuring out their intention. They're figuring out what path they want to take with this, because I feel like it's going back and forth. Like I feel like they're very much juggling this and trying to decide. I definitely think that their logical mind is very aware of the realities of life and how hard it can be to make money, to sustain a family on your own, to do a lot of stuff, like just, you know, just keeping your kitchen clean every time you clean. Like, you know, you have to clean it, you have to like organize stuff, and this person doesn't have to worry about like any of that. I feel like their person just does so much for them, and so it's like they're not sure whether they want to step out of this and step towards you, or stay in this energy where things are just made a lot easier for them and their life is very easy. So I think they're still figuring out their intentions. They're still figuring out the path, but they're so connected to you. And I feel like they would like to end up back with you. It's almost like, I feel like this relationship that they're in, I'm almost getting vibes of like, they didn't realize that this was going to go on as long as it did. Like, I feel like when they met whoever this was, they kind of were like, sure, I'll go on a date. And then, you know, one date turned into 2, and then that turned into like 6. And the next thing they know, they're in a relationship. And then it's almost like they got entangled, you know, as Jada Pinkett Smith would say. It was an entanglement. It was like they just got caught up in this little web. And I think the person that they're with, not that they're evil, but the person that they're with, I'm going to be honest, I don't think is like, I don't know, they're not as alluring as your person. I feel like your person, to be honest, is quite attractive to a lot of people, and I'm not sure that the person they're with is. And I feel like the person that they're with was like, I want that person, and I'm willing to go above and beyond to get them, and I don't care what I have to do. And so it's like they just went in for the kill, kind of. And I feel like you guys have a lot more dignity. You're not going to be willing to do whatever someone asks of you and treat you badly and sleep with you with no emotion. You guys are demanding a little bit more than that. And so this person that they're with just made it so easy that they just ended up in this situation, is what I'm getting. So let's get more cards. We got creativity, serendipity, self-respect. I think these cards are upside down. Oops, this was upside down, so we'll put all of these upright. Serendipity upright, self-respect, and chivalry. And final card is compatibility. So yeah, I feel like this person would like to step towards you, And it's almost like they're saying that they're so much more compatible with you than they are with their person. I feel like you guys had really good conversations, and this person really enjoyed you. I feel like they enjoyed their person that they're with for a while, but it's like they don't have the same level of depth that you do. You guys are very deep, and you guys are kind of dreamy. Like, I feel like you guys have a lot of creative interests. You guys have a level of depth to your soul. And I feel like that the person that they're with, like with serendipity, it was just kind of easy. It just kind of happened, you know? And they don't dislike them. It's not like they're like, oh, I hate this person. But it doesn't compare to the connection you guys have. I feel like this person, they do need to be on a journey of self-respect and coming into their own power and admitting their own power. For some of them, they would like to step towards you with like actual chivalry and stepping up to the plate and getting you guys roses, taking you out to dinner and doing the whole 9 yards. But I feel like they're not in a place financially, or they're not... they're entangled with this person, and I don't think this person, like, I don't think they have their act together. You know, I think that's something they're trying to get their life together. And for right now, it's just like, this is just good enough. You know, this is fine. This works for them. Yeah, you guys, and you know, I was saying you guys are creative and artistic, and I didn't even really pay attention to the creativity card because I was like, I just haven't gotten anything from that yet, and I'll tune into it later. But that makes so much sense that it's the only reversal, because I feel like they're saying that their person is not creative in the way you are. And I feel like they have, they think about that, or they really miss that. I feel like a lot of you guys in this pile, you guys are genuinely creative types. You might have an Instagram or social media that's very aesthetic, or you might have genuine artistic talents. You might have artistic hobbies, but I feel like you give off a vibe of being a little bit of an artist. And I feel like a lot of people can tell that from you. And with your person, I think that it's almost like they think the person that they're with is a lot more shallow than you are. It's like shallow water or something. And they're just doing a lot of comparison. I feel like they want you to know that the connection they have with their person is nowhere near the connection they have with you, and that they know that you guys deserve more, that you would never accept the treatment that their person accepts from them, where they kind of are half coming in and not really giving full effort, that you guys would never accept that, and they would never direct that energy towards you. So they're just kind of pausing here with this person while they figure out what they want to do, and while they maybe work towards becoming the kind of person that they would need to be to step into your life and to have you actually want to be with them. Because I feel like they're not there yet. I feel like you guys, if they came to be with you, you would be like, oh, heck no. Like, once they started on their nonsense or expected you to do everything for them, you would be like, I'm absolutely out. I'm not doing this. No way. And so they know that. And so it's like, they're just not in the place to come to you, come correct in the way that they would have to. They know that you guys aren't going to accept less than, because you guys have a lot of offers, you have a lot of people interested in you, and you guys have a lot of innate dignity, probably more dignity than they have, because I feel like they're just willing to tolerate this like loveless situation. So they know that if they were to be with you, that they would need to step their life up several levels, and I feel like they're just not there yet. So other cards we got, love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And finally, express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. So that's kind of what's going on with your person and the person they're with, is like, I feel like their person gives them love, and their person through gifts, like gives them things, you know, pays their bills, like gives them clothing, cooks for them, cleans for them, whatever it is. Like their partner is just doing the most for them, and that's stuff you would never do. And so yeah, like that's just a major defining characteristic of their relationship, is like this little arrangement where your person just kind of collects and their person just gives to them and gives to them and gives to them. And right now, like, it's a lot to walk away from, you know. People can get very complacent in a situation like that. That's why there's a phrase like financial abuse or financial control, because it's like, I mean, how many of us would want to walk away from like 4K a month, you know, or from however much money a month, like free money, and someone's doing everything for you? It can be very alluring. It's not high vibrational energy to stay in that, but you know, it makes sense why someone would. So I feel like they're also acknowledging your guys' spiritual connection. Like, again, it's coming through that you guys connect through dreams, you guys connect through music. This person is constantly trying to reach out to you through that. I actually think it's a major reason why they are able to be in this relationship with their person, is because of the fact that you guys have this spiritual connection and you talk to them on the astral plane. I'm hearing that if it wasn't for that, they would never be able to stay in this, because the connection they have with their person is just not enough at all to sustain their emotions. So they spend a lot of time reminiscing about you. Love makes a difference, and that sums up their relationship. Like, in a way, I feel like some people could look at the situation they're in now and they could say like, oh, this person's doing so much, their relationship is so much more serious. They've been together like 2 years or something. But it's like, without love, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference at all, you know? So for them, the relationship they're in, it feels very half-hearted. It feels like a facsimile of the real thing. It doesn't feel like it's an actual genuine connection in any way. And so I think that this person, they just spend a lot of time comparing you. They want you also to open back up to them on the astral realm with turn on your heart light. I feel like they just keep saying that, like, they can't believe you cut them off on the astral realm, and psychically, like, they're so disappointed by the fact that you guys are basically done and over it. They want you to like open back up to them, because I feel like they used to, and they might still try, but I feel like they're trying less nowadays, but they used to like reach out to you constantly. I feel like they would think about you constantly and constantly be trying to dip into your energy field while you guys were walking around going about your day and everything. They would be constantly trying to reach out to you, connect with you, dip into your energy, and you guys might have felt that throughout the day. You might have felt someone kind of depleting you, or randomly getting tired, or just random thoughts of this person would pop up, or songs that reminded you of them would start playing constantly when you would turn on your shuffle, you know? So it's like this person really was spending a lot of time dipping into your energy, and now that that's over, it's definitely a kind of rude awakening for them. It's a definitely hard change. It's not something that's come easily. It's kind of like, you know, if you've ever, like, this is such a weird example, and it's weird that this used to happen to me, but I have been invited by my friends on so many like dates with them, like to go on a date with them and someone else, like, as in like a guy would ask them out and they'd be like, will you come with me? Please come. And I don't know why I keep, oh my gosh, like getting invited on these, but I'd be like, okay, I guess, like, if you ask me, I'll go. But I guess because I'm like a talkative loudmouth of a person. But anyway, I was always getting invited on these weird dates where I'd have to like sit there in third wheel and try to like keep the conversation going. And it was a weird situation. But anyway, so eventually I had to tell my friends, like, I just don't want to go on these. Like, and basically, if you can't make conversation with this dude, because they would never ask me on dates with the guys they actually liked. It was always like a guy they were kind of trying to see. And granted, I was younger. I would probably never agree to this now. But like, it was guys that they were kind of not really interested in, but asked them out and they were trying to give it a shot, but they were like, oh, like, he's awkward, will you come on the date and like make conversation and stuff? And I'd be like, I guess I can go. And so my point is it's almost like I reached a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore, and I would stop going on the dates. And then they would stop dating the person because it was like, yeah, it was really awkward. And it's like, you guys, in a weird way, have been that third party on the date, keeping the conversation going, keeping it moving, keeping the energy flowing, because your person was always connecting with you. You know what I mean? And now you exited the building, and now they're forced to actually make conversation with the person they're with and actually tune into their energy. And now they're really realizing how lacking it is. You guys have a deep connection. You might have a soul contract or something, but you definitely have a connection on the astral realm. I think your person might need to work on kind of like, you know, stepping into their own power and being on their own 2 feet and not relying on other people to take care of them. Because I think that a lot of this has to do with their insecurities and fear over their financial abilities and ability to provide for themselves and others. They don't think they're capable of that, and they're convinced that they would be totally broke if they were out on their own. So for a lot of them, they're just kind of allowing this person to like fund their lifestyle without genuinely caring about them. So I think that's something that would have to happen if you guys were to have a reunion. But it's like, yeah, they're thinking about you all the time. I definitely feel like things might be ramping up soon to a level where they are just like, I'm done with this, because we did get the Hanged Man. So I feel like they're seeing this in a different perspective with different eyes. And we got the Ten of Swords as well. So it's like they're seeing it differently than they did in the past. What they were kind of able to overlook things in the past and pretend like certain things weren't happening or be optimistic about certain situations. And now they're realizing that they need to be honest with themselves about how the situation is going, and it's not going well. So other cards we got willpower reversed, just courage, and justice reversed. So I feel like with these cards, it's like your person needs to get the courage and the willpower to approach you. They need to stop being so afraid of, you know, having to make it on their own. They need to step into that. And I feel like that's what your guides and their guides are kind of saying. And I feel like your person is aware of this and they are working on it. It's like, you know, it's almost like they've been stuck in quicksand. I don't think they were expecting it to end up like this, but that's just how it happened. I feel like they're wishing and hoping they could be reunited with you, you know? I feel like they think about you a lot, and it's like, they may wish that you would like randomly run into them in a grocery store or something with serendipity. They may have like little fantasies of like you're walking down the street and then suddenly they bump into you and it's like, oh my God, how are you? Because I feel like it's almost like they don't feel empowered enough to actually step towards you and actually send that risky text, because I don't think they feel empowered in general in their life. I feel like they feel very unempowered. But I feel like they're starting to feel pretty badly about this situation and really wishing it was different. It's almost like they're saying it's really unfair, or that, you know, it wasn't supposed to happen like this. And they're feeling the pain of it. I feel like, you know, you guys cutting things off on the astral realm has done a lot to open their eyes to what this situation was, and that a lot of their emotional equilibrium, a lot of their happy emotions, or the fact that they were able to put up with this relationship was due to the fact that you guys were still entertaining them on the astral realm, and you guys were still interacting with them there. You guys would, you know, maybe it wasn't the ideal situation for you, but you were willing to keep their energy field around you and keep that connection going. And now that you're not, it's just kind of like they're finally taking in the person that they're with, and they're realizing how little they have in common, and that you guys, just the conversation with you guys, I feel like it just flowed so easily. I feel like you guys have a lot of similar interests, where you guys are both very creative. You guys are on the same wavelength in that sense, a lot of your same interests, and maybe even political issues and stuff. But you guys were very much on the same page. I'm hearing social justice, so maybe some of you guys had social justice things in common. But I feel like your person, they just don't share any of that with the person that they're with, and they're really starting to feel the pain of that. So, Spirit, are there any final messages you want me to bring forth for pile 4? I think that's it. I think your person is just really thinking strongly about this situation, and possibly they're going to take steps to change it. I'm not going to say for sure because I'm not getting an answer either way. But if you guys have been wondering how this person is with someone else, so much of the answer lies in their connection to you. And you might even try to, like, I don't know, ask your angels to block this person from contacting you while you sleep or something, so that they really don't get access to you, because I feel like, yeah, that really sustains them. And while it's beautiful that you guys have a spiritual connection, I also could see you guys being very frustrated with how this situation is. So what an interesting reading. You guys, let me know if it resonates in the comments. I definitely am curious about this pile. Make sure to leave it a like if it resonated. And if you want to go ahead and check out my 18 plus what are their fantasies reading, because this person is very attracted to you. And like I mentioned, they definitely think of you when they're in the bedroom. You could go ahead and check out my Patreon. Link is in my bio. But make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys again very soon in another reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.